What up, person? How you doing? One more day on these banners. Tomorrow's a patch or whatever. Got the welcome money. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Which reminds me, I still need to buy one more welcome. I need to purchase one more, I think, here. Oh, Kane. Oh, and then to the new subs and old subs, I guess. Okay, whatever. To the subs. There is a new emote that we made here. Quite happy with how it turned out. And it's mostly for review, obviously. There's not really any context outside of that, but I mean, hey, it's personal, right? It's a personal emote. You're looking for a Shenhe because you lost Calamity Queller a while back. Oh, for Shenhe, that should be a pretty great weapon. Literally your best in slot for her typical role on a team. Shenhe also pretty easy to build too, especially with Calamity Queller because of that high-ass base attack. You really don't need attack percent on every other piece to make her like stupid powerful if you have that weapon. But still, obviously, if you can get attack percent on your feather and flower, then hey, it's all the better for it. Also, no more double resin rewards for the talents, so now we can go to full use. Full resin use, baby. Full resin use on this. My favorite. Healing bonus, hood piece. Hell yeah, baby. What up, man? Mummin. And then I'm gonna be like,
stabilize. Press the advantage.
Your grand finale. Unleash.
So, for anyone who hasn't heard, we're going to have to wail, or rather, we are choosing to wail on the Ayaka banner. Now it's not for any good reason; it's mostly for dumb reasons. But I mean, a reason is a reason, right? But we do have a reason we need to do it. Okay. How much though? That's the thing we don't know. It's kind of gonna be like if we start, we just gotta complete it, you know. C6, it's for C4.
Gather. Rally.
It's for C4, and it's not even because I play Ayaka. Like, there's literally one reason I'm getting C4 Ayaka, and to you guys it won't make any sense. Or to some of you it won't make any sense. For my big PP damage hunt has led me down to defense shred for setups. So I need to go for C4 here. Yep. And then after that, we still have a couple of things we need to get to. We're gonna need C2 Klee. And then Freedom Sworn, at least one. So yeah, we're gonna have to be very financially responsible for a while here. Now listen, listen. If we do that though, then we can go back to having the Geo record. Alright. We can go back to having the Geo record, damn it. All it's gonna cost is getting 6 more constellations for limited characters, a 5-star weapon, and then a whole lot of sanity and luck. Sounds about worth it to me. Sounds about worth it to me, okay? What up, Pupples? How you doing, sir? Wow, listen, I just said I'm gonna wail for a character, and then MiHoYo doesn't give me good artifacts. Like, not only do they want me to give them my money, they also then don't want to give me anything.
Stabilize. Everyone on me.
What is going on inside your head? Well, to be fair, it's the only way forward with trying to break the Geo record at this point. Listen, you don't understand, okay? I'm literally up against 4 super whales from Asia. What up, Jail? How you doing, sir? Yeah, listen, listen, listen. I'm literally facing 4 super whales who use a co-op strategy to hold the geo record. Okay, like I need to pull out all the stops. I don't really have a choice here. Another 270-day banner. Sorry for you. Listen, listen. It's a challenge that I have to push forward with. All right.
Advance!
Your grand finale. And
It's how it is sometimes. Okay. It is what it is. You know. Because like the other method was C2 Nahida, and that was the only thing I needed, just to C2 Nahida. The setup was similar, but
someone needs assist.
it would just barely beat the record. So then the problem there was that if, let's say, I do beat the record and I get to reclaim that back, right? What happens if they get a slightly better setup and push it a little further? You know? What happens then? You know what happens? I have to go for Ayaka. So it's like, shit, no matter what, like, it's either I go for the best or I just don't go for anything at all. Like, there's no in between at this point.
Stabilize! Everyone on me!
So, yeah,
Advance!
we will be, at this point, our hand is forced to go for the Ayaka.
Fall in!
It is what we must do, you know? It is what it is, as they say. It is what it is. No, but listen, hear me out, okay? If I accomplish the goal, though, I literally beat 4 super whales, okay? 4 super whales in one foul swoop, okay? I can claim it's a solo record, which is pretty nice, okay? Listen. It's more impressive, alright? It's literally 1v4 clutch.
Press the advantage!
1v4
Charge!
clutch, okay?
Strike is one. Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would.
Not only that, but I proved that my methods are better.
Advance!
Okay, my methods are better, right? Because if the setup that we go for is better, then we came up with a better setup overall, right? Me and my community here. Oh, max credit card versus 1. That's right, baby. Who's gonna win? A full Geo team? Yes. Like, assuming you get, like, unlucky jail? Okay, since the pity for the weapon is 80, and you need to get it twice, and then the third one will be guaranteed, it would be around 240. However, soft pity, I think average for weapon banners is around 66, something like that. So it's not like it's much less, but you're more likely to be around 200 wishes for like a realistic guarantee on average. So it's pretty hardcore. It's pretty up there. Yeah, I'm a Noel player, dog. Well, I also play Ito, but that looks potentially good. But should I roll it? Yeah, and then we saw that Baiju got drip marketed, so who knows what's gonna happen. Okay. Drip marketed Baiju, so that's coming up here.
Stabilize! Press
Then
the
we gotta
advantage!
wait for the Klee and everything, but it's
Your
like,
grand finale. And leap.
I'm gonna be fiscally financial, alright? Financially fiscal, alright? Just for a little bit. I'm gonna save money just because I know I gotta put it aside for that. Baiju the OG Danjo Daddy. Yeah, listen, like I've already said, listen. Baiju from the start gave me like naked yoga daddy vibes. Like he leads a class, you know? Them's the vibes I got from him from the start. A Geo Cup, ooh. Definitely summoning Baiju. Unfortunately, while I thought I was gonna go for Baiju, and again, you know what I mean. Like, listen, ultimately, like, when I say I'm going for a character that isn't Geo, unless they're actually a support that works for Noel, which I don't know. It's Dendro. I absolutely doubt he will work with Noel, right? I wouldn't get them unless like I needed to. I always just like saying it's like, oh yeah, I'll get them. But Baiju is gonna suck a little bit, but it's okay. He'll get a rerun, and by then, like, I doubt there'll be that many more Geo characters. So I'll just wait for a rerun. Shouldn't be too long anyways. It'll probably be like probably by 3.0, so hey, I'll still be here for that. The only upside, don't think you'll be that. No, it's just that, alright, best way to put it, I am very well aware that I am doing Geo forever. Like, unless somehow Baiju literally functions within an Ito or Noel team, there is realistically no value that he would give me, you know? Like, I don't play things outside of Geo at this point. I'm a full Geo man at this point. Whoa. Okay, oh my god, every time I get a decent looking piece that could be nice for me, Elemental Mastery shines its ugly head. Every time, damn it. Every time. Like, damn, there's nothing bad about EM, but I don't want EM on my pieces, damn it. Like, I almost hope it doesn't roll well.
Solidify. Press the advantage. Fall in.
Your grand finale.
So Baiju would have like a Zhongli passive. I don't know if that would outweigh Yunjin's attack speed buff. That's like the problem, because like you have to understand that. Okay, so the characters that I could replace are technically Zhongli or Yunjin. Goro is a buff that cannot be replaced. Like, there is nothing that I can imagine, unless a 5-star Goro comes up basically, that would replace Goro. So either Zhongli or... Ooh, that also unironically looks good on any defense percent. Goro or Yunjin. And again, Yunjin, the attack speed buff at C6 is pretty massive. It's really hard to say, right? Like, the only way I could get rid of, I think Zhongli is the most likely person to be removed from my team, like my general team, is probably Zhongli, because I also value the attack speed of Yunjin. It's a big difference. 5-star, that's right, baby. Still waiting for that, by the way. I still believe she's real. She's real to me, damn it. That's all that matters. She's real to me. Does Wanderer need Yunjin? No, I don't think so. Wanderer has more access to other characters. It's just that for Noelle, there's only a handful of characters that realistically work with her. Noelle is very limited to her team members, typically. If you want to run her as a hyper carry, specifically, she's pretty good as a driver, like being the front line for a team with, like, for example, running Favonius, right? Hood set. You basically have, like, permanent burst uptime, permanent healing. Your shield usually won't go down because of your high defense from Hood, and you'll still be dealing like 15 to 20k damage per normal, which is something. On top of your off-field DPS is obviously because, you know, you're a driver, so the rest of your team does the rest of the damage. And very importantly, Geo, as an element, doesn't remove much of the element. So it's like, in a team, it won't even mess up your combos. What are we talking about? Copium, dog. Copium every day. Yeah, we're gonna get a Geo Nilou. And like, listen, there's no way that I've almost given up here. What up, Notorious? How you doing? Yeah, Geopium at this point, right? I've almost given up on the idea that Geo will ever get a viable reaction, and it will be like pulled and forward and made stronger through that, but you never know. Maybe I'm wrong. Why Goro is so good? Oh, it's because, okay, so Goro basically, right, is a defense buffer, which is what Noelle and Ito scale off of mostly, right? So he increases that by a decent amount, like a little bit over 600. It's like 600 and something, plus a 25% defense buff on the side, which is also added to that. At C6, he also gives a 40 crit damage buff to Geo damage. So Noelle, all of Noelle's normal attacks or shield break get another additional 40 crit damage. Same with Ito. So, you know, it's there. So it's like he's literally designed, like, okay, he's designed to work with Noelle and Ito, which are like the primary characters here. Oh, thank you, Elixir. They are like literally the primary Geo characters for DPS. Now, the other ones would be, for example, I mean, people like using Zhongli for damage, but he's not too great at it overall. But his Meatball can still hit pretty hard, right? After that, Ningguang is kind of like the estranged character of Geo, because she does skill with attack, like fully, right? It scales with attack fully. So, you know, like Goro does help by giving crit damage, but the defense buff is basically worthless on her. Shatter will still do like 6k damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shatter doesn't have high, how does he help Zhongli? He doesn't realistically. At C6 he gives that 40 crit damage, I think a 15% Geo buff. So my Zhongli is like low crit damage, high crit rate. So that 40 crit damage is really big, right? On Noelle, because her weapon is Red Horn, right? And same with Ito, their weapons are Red Horn. They have really high crit damage typically, so that 40 is actually worth a little bit less, or rather, it's a little bit of a, it's a smaller multiplier than it would be. So for the crit damage buff, for example, Zhongli would benefit more than Noelle or Ito. Now, if Noelle's best in slot weapon was a crit rate weapon, then Goro would, like, his value would go up a shitload. Like a crap load, right? Because then you have less crit damage, making the crit damage from Goro's buff be even better. It's all copium every day. It's all copium. And yeah, we do have reviews today open. We have a couple of them there. It is Monday. Not going to sound for too long. You know, the usual 3 hours-ish. And yeah, nothing really special. I'm just going to rush through everything right now, and then we'll get to that at some point. And I have learned my lesson. I am no longer rolling defense goblets with double crit sets. Okay, I have learned my lesson, I think, this time. Also, these are 2 copium. I can't make them work. I cannot make them work. If the Kazuha event weapon is good on Cookie, well, because it gives elemental mastery, it technically works. If you don't want to recraft, if you don't want to craft the free-to-play weapon, or you don't have that 4-star support weapon for EM, that weapon works just fine. I'm pretty sure it's got the same elemental mastery as Iron Sting, so it's effectively the same thing. Oh, I just said I'm not gonna roll. I'm gonna roll that. It's a test of my will, but I'm gonna roll it. I lied. I'm rolling a little bit. I'm re-rolling that one. I'm gonna roll that one. What up, Cipe? Yeah, and I'm gonna go for. Do you have any more? I have everything perfect. I'm gonna be going for Freedom Sworn as well. So the current bucket list of things we need to get: C4 Ayaka, C2 Klee, and then lastly, Freedom Sworn R1. I can stop at any time, alright? Why C4, not C6? Because listen, okay, listen. I think it's hard to. Okay, okay, Hajime, do you know what the world record entails? Like, do you know what the setup is for it? Because if you don't know what the setup looks like, because it's a 6-man setup, it's not a 4-person team, it's a 6-person team, and you abuse things like artifact swapping and literally team swapping in the middle of your combo to make it work. So C4 Ayaka is for that specific setup. It's a pretty crazy setup. So for Ayaka specifically, where is she? I do have her first. I have her first. Whatever. I don't have her first constellation. Whatever. This one right here. So whenever someone gets hit by Sumetsu, they get their defense decreased by 30%. Right? Pretty straightforward, right? Pretty straightforward, right? So it's like, this is a 30% defense shred, which is what I need for the world record or whatever, right? In theory, it can be up to a 7-man team, right? At the time, because the only defense buffers in the game as a whole, right, are Ito and Goro, at C6 though. Let's see here. No, like, Hajime, I'm not getting Ayaka to play Ayaka. I'm getting Ayaka. I'm putting full ER and HP artifacts on her, Freedom Sworn, because this is all I care about. She's literally, listen, I'm literally creating a support Ayaka. Like, listen, look at this. You want to see this? I got C4 Ito. I got C4 Ito just for this because, well, I mean, you can't really see because of the chat, but literally it's like after you use your burst, right? You give the rest of your team a 20% attack buff and defense buff. So that gets captured by Noelle, and then I give Ito the Wolves Gravestone and he becomes the support for my Noelle, alright? Like, you don't understand. I'm literally insane. Probably clinically at this point. C6 for Noelle buffing? No, C6 unfortunately doesn't really help with buffing Noelle. And it's actually worse to get C6 because if this ability ends up killing the enemy, it's a big problem. Now, the other thing we're going to need is the Freedom Sworn at some point, so we're going to have to go for that as well. You know, the funny part is I even have Miss Splitter, and you know why I have Miss Splitter? Because I wanted it on Bennett, literally why. A Ganyu figure? Yeah, that sounds like a quality Ganyu figure. I've never purchased a figure that's quality, I suppose. I've gotten them from the little machines, you know, little capsule machines. But does that really count? With Wolves Gravestone? Unfortunately, I did keep testing it out. Right? The Wolves Gravestone buff, based on how we currently set it up, does not last long enough for the actual setup, so it doesn't work. It just doesn't last long enough, so there's really no point in trying that. And then same thing, because Goro doesn't stay on the second half of the team, like the second team, right? The elegy buff also would not last long enough for it to actually be useful. So that's like the big problem. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work. What up, Challen? How you doing? So like, I could consider Elegy in the future maybe as a support weapon for Goro unironically, but for the actual setup at this time, it wouldn't help at all. Can you see my messages? Yes. It's just that depending on how chat's going, it's hard to like, it's hard to like pick out one. Ningguang is part of the 6. No, the Ningguang buff doesn't last long enough, unfortunately. The little wall, right? Because you need to teleport midway through the actual setup. You can't, like, either she's on the field or she isn't. And Ningguang's buff is only a 12% buff. Hachime, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you. So it's like, there's no way to set this up without losing one of the other buffers. And the other buffers, like, Bennett or Ayaka or either Lisa or Klee are more valuable at the end of the day. Hajime, you should try our new emote that we got yesterday, okay? I got an emote made with me and my little brother, alright? I told him what I wanted and he made it. It looks beautiful. Yes, you can in theory use a 7-man team, however, the reason I said there is no other defense buffer is because anything for a 7-man setup has to give a defense buff on the field. Currently there's only 2. There is only 2 at this time, and that is literally C4 Ito and Goro. Those are the only 2 literal defense buffers in the game. So if a third one comes out, that will be added to the actual setup here. So trust me, I am waiting for it. I hope the next Geo character is also a further defense buffer. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Can't you use the 7th man for like defense shred or something? So basically the setup is, actually why don't I just show you guys? Let me see. I can pull up the video. I have the full clip of a successful attempt. Just that the actual setup itself is a little nutty. It's a little hard to show, so let me see here. I will show it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'll just set up a fake one, you know. I'll just set up a fake one. I'll set up a proxy, so I'll literally do everything without the bounty actually being there. So you guys can see what the actual setup looks like. Play the video in slow motion. I have done that before. Let me see. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see. By chance, do we have the bounty this week again or no? No, it doesn't look like we're going to have it. Okay, we don't have it right now, but... I mean, this is a plunging bounty, but I'm not going to use that one. Okay. Here, let me pull up the clip, right? Let me pull up a video clip of it. That way we can just go through an actual attempt and I can show you what happens here. So hold up a second here. Hold up a second. Just got to pull up an old clip here and find one. Yeah, so that, what do you guys think we should name that emote, by the way? I called it Desert 69. But, like, should we do Desert, SC, like skill check? What's better, the plunging buff? The plunging buff is better. The plunging buff is absolutely better.
Share the memory.
Desert SC. Unfortunately, because I'm like a little lesser known, I have to have that little pre one or whatever, that Desert 46. Like every one of my emotes has to be Desert 46 and then whatever it is. I wonder if I'll ever get to have like an actual personal one. Hold up, let me find an old clip of it here. Give me a second here. Let me peruse real quick my thingy here. Okay, here's a video of it. Okay, full attempt here. Is this an actual attempt here?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Did I really just record this for an hour? Wait a minute, what am I doing? Okay, this is okay, yeah, we can go with this one. So, here, I'll show this one. So this one's 1,086,000. Let me show you real quick here. Yes, including the damage bonus, it does get outweighed. And at the same time, you can't artifact swap in the Abyss is very important. So this is a million geo hit on this one. So here's the setup, alright? I'll try and break it down here. Zhongli, will you please quiet your booty down? Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and break it down real quick. Alright, so this is the setup right here. So it's the full defense setup here. So Noelle currently has White Blind and a full defense set. When you teleport, it won't remove the buffs. No. The way Noelle's burst works is she snapshots the defense buffs. So she has a 15-second window where she has... so right here, okay. So right here, I have Noelle fully stacked. Okay. She has White Blind. She has the hood set. Now, very importantly, after Ito's burst ends, there is a 10-second window where I have that defense buff, right? So in that 10 seconds, after the Ito burst ends, ignore why I'm attacking him. I remove the Wolf's Gravestone, so we just have to swap off at this point. Right, so 1, 2, 3, dash, 4, go to Goro, wait about 4 seconds before swapping back to Noelle, refresh that, attack, ignore the swap to Ito here, that's just for Wolf's Gravestone. Teleport, alright? Now you have to basically immediately swap teams at this point. So Noelle currently has a bunch of defense buffs on her that she already snapshotted, and she has around a 13-second window to set up the rest of this. So now we take out all the characters we don't need, okay? As you can see right here, Noelle has 9,000 attack, okay? And 4,500 defense, right? So for about 13 more seconds, Noelle will have this attack. And now what we do is take off our weapon, which is defensive, go to our red horn, which is crit damage, okay? Then we swap out the artifacts from defense to crit damage out the booty. Like a lot of crit damage. As much crit damage as you can get. And in case you're wondering, I also basically pioneered most of these strategies, by the way. I actually came up with these, and through my community, we were able to forge them and make them better. So now you can see we have 9,700 attack in the setup, right? And now what we're going to do is immediately swap over. We have the, listen, you didn't see the previous part here, but basically I had a bounty set up. I found the spawn point. I set a teleport point in front of its spawn point, so that way as soon as I teleport, the mob will be right there and will automatically attack me, and I just have to set up Zhongli pillar as soon as possible. Right there, see? That mob right there is the bounty one, and it takes more plunging damage. That's like its weakness, basically, right? So then reapply Goro, Bennett right here. Noelle currently has probably around like nearly a little bit over 11k attack at this point, with 364 crit damage. And then you just plunge and attack, and as you can see right there, or barely, so it's 1,086,211. In this exact setup, this is 1,086,000 for the actual crit. So it's like the setup itself is really long, and the only place where I could add another character is if they added a defense buffing character, would be to the physical setup right here when we're beating up this mob, right? Because as you can see in this particular setup right here, hold up, where is it? We have Klee on the team, right? Hold up, go back. Hold up. We have Klee on the team, but she's not doing anything. She's just there because I'm gonna have her in the final part of the setup. And there's no point in having a different character that doesn't affect it, right? So that's why she's here at this point. But if there was another defense buffer, they would go right here, and then my team would basically swap out to Zhongli, Ayaka, and Klee. So it's like there's a couple ways to make it stronger. But we're at the point where the brute forcing it by having as high attack as possible, then Bennett and Mona, or Goro and Mona, Goro and Bennett, those only go so far. Defense shred is better. What about an attack buffer? Not sure what you mean by that. In that setup, Bennett is in the second team. He does buff attack by like 1100. How's it going, Crystal? Have you tried physical Noelle? With this setup, it doesn't work out that great, but I'm pretty sure I could probably crit for like a little bit over 100k. So, you know. Could you use another attacker instead of the useless Klee? Oh, okay. To explain real quick what I was doing, I was practicing the defense shred setup. So I purposely had Klee, because she would be a part of the final one without the defense shred in this case, right? Because she's not C2. And I had Ayaka for the first slot on the second setup. So it's like a different, it's like the actual defense setup. And I was practicing setting up Ayaka and Klee just to figure out more or less how I have to handle the pillar, right? Because Ayaka's burst is like massive, but if it misses, it's worthless. Basically, right? Lisa main raid, how you doing? So it's like I needed to come up with something, right? I had to. And from everything we saw with all the theory crafting, we literally needed to, like, the best possible setup was Ayaka C4 with C2 Klee. Raid Shadow Legends, that's right, baby. It's sponsored by NoCap. Could we show? Hold up, listen. It's confusing, but we're currently talking about like the Geo world record setup and how it pans out, in case you're curious here. This is just like a random video that I have. It's not the world record, it's just like a random attempt. That's 1,086,211 with Geo. So it's like, this isn't the world record, but it's getting there. I'm just talking about how we have to, the only way to push this forward is to go to defense shred setup, which is annoying because defense shred is a very expensive team, unfortunately. What up, man? How you doing? And Migos, thank you for the follow. Or sorry, sorry. Thank you for the raid, dog. How was your stream? Yeah, that's what we were doing. That is what we were doing. Awesome. What's it like being a Lisa main? Does it feel like being a Noelle main where people just underestimate your damage? What about the bounty bug? Which bounty bug? Can you build Noelle without Zhongli or Goro? Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason you can't. Like, you know, when Noelle first came out, Zhongli and Goro didn't exist. And she worked out okay before that. Now it's just that Goro is like literally one of the best buffers available for Noelle. So like down the line, if you ever do get him, I would recommend building him if you choose to. And then Zhongli is just like a character who's his buff is so consistent that it's super easy to work with. You know, it's based on his elemental skill, which doesn't require energy, right? Compared to other characters that you could use to support. So Zhongli is a pretty easy character to buff Noelle with. Just like with any other character, I suppose. Wanted to show your Ganyu. Well, as long as you have... Listen, I'm not sure... Are you someone who buys, like, the Battle Pass? Because, for example, obviously Red Horn, which is, like, Ito's signature weapon, is also Noelle's best-in-slot weapon. Feels great with it. Pretty easy to use. After that, it would be Serpent Spine. Serpent Spine would be pretty good. Serpent Spine is, like, the second best DPS weapon for Noelle. After that, it's White Blind. So as long as you have access to one of those, you should be fine. And then as far as White Blind goes, it's actually worth refining to 5 if you are going to go that route. Serpent Spine is on your Eula team at the moment. Listen, I think the Serpent Spine is such a great weapon, you should literally just get to. Because it works for so many characters, it's just such a general thing, and the actual attack buff or the damage buff is universal. You know, it's like literally just 50% more damage across the board. There's nothing special, you know? It's not like it's specifically normal attack, it's not specifically plunge, it's not specifically elemental burst, it's literally just 50% damage bonus to all sources. Do a quick 10 pull for Bennett birthday. Zonlink, listen, because we need to get C4 Ayaka, I can't risk wishing, unfortunately, on anything at this point. I cannot risk it. I literally just cannot. Yeah, Jelly, I saw. I am well aware, but I'm sure it doesn't deal more damage than your actual burst, right? Yeah, like listen, so currently the actual record for Noelle is held by literally a 4-man group of co-op using super whales from Asia. So, you know, I'm one guy trying to beat like literally 4 super whales that want to hold the record, you know? So it's like, it's a little bit hard, but the only way forward at this point is literally just going for defense shred. Is there a character review? Wait. Yeah, there is. Also, cheat notes. I don't know if I ever told you this, but anything past the first review is like the regular price of 1,000 channel points. So you only get the new character review once, typically. Doing good. But don't worry, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. We will find a way. Regulars the cheap review on their birthday. Interesting idea. Let's see here. Am I able to get... Yeah, don't worry. We'll get your points back. Somebody take care of them. Yeah, but it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? It's like if I wanna get that record, I literally just have to get that. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, the only thing was, it's like I was kind of hoping Ayaka would run at a later time. You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping Ayaka would run at a later time, so that way I had more time. But at this point, I still have what? Like enough for 100 wishes here, 17 there, the shop resets, and I have another like 8k here, so I have like enough probably for 2 constellations guaranteed. Hopefully. So I just gotta get the other 2. The Hia demo just came out. We gotta watch that. We gotta watch that, you already know. Free content, baby. Free content.
Time to clean up.
Also, I'm curious, so has anyone seen like what a fully built out Noelle does once you invest like, you know, a year into her? You know how some people invest a year into Raiden? Well, this is basically the same thing. Where do I get my points from? Oh, don't worry, cheat. Right now we'll refund them. Don't worry. We will refund them. Cause like, listen, I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but like, I'm literally one of the top ranked Noelles, and I think the highest ranked North American Noelle too, on the Akasha system here. As you can see right here, okay, listen. This is literally a competitive board of people who like to keep track of how good their characters are. I'm rank 3 in the category for high energy recharge. My Ito's rank 9 for the 120 energy recharge area here. As you can see, I have the number 1 North American one. All right, number 1 North American build, baby. We gotta just get a few more upgrades. Try and get back that rank 1. Eventually, we will. Damn it. Noelle's mid. Yeah, Noelle's not like a great overall character, but she works. All right, and she's fun too. There's something nice about not, you know, having to worry about dying. You can't invest more than a year into your Lisa because it's a Hyperbloom team. Yeah, there's an actual damage cap because of the EM. And then at some point you would need to literally just start god rolling like what, 120 something EM like feathers and flowers. Your Hu Tao build is in the top 15% even though I'm using an ass attack sense. That's good. That means your other pieces are good. That means your other pieces are good. Top 7% for burst damage. Nice, Chloe. Nice. Okay, hold on. We were going this way. Shit. Awful Noelle's in this list. Yeah, but to be fair, the top of any category is going to be where you start getting, you know, crazy people, essentially. You're farming Eula? Nice. What banners are running currently? Mahmood, currently we have Hu Tao and Yelan for another 16 hours. Ish, more or less. Top 15? Hell yeah. Yeah, but it's the last day today. Tomorrow the new patch drops, so you know, tomorrow's the day that I think Dia comes out. Alright, now hold up. Someone said there was a Dia trailer happening. Hold up a second here. Let me double check that. The Dia trailer dropped, you said? Let me see. It did indeed. Alright, might as well. Take advantage here. Free content is free content, baby. Why am listen, I literally get you. I literally get you.
Don't steal food from a wolf's jaws. Time for talk's over.
We got sexy anyway. Panther mommy now. The flame rain. God damn, her music is metal. You know, Jamie, you are the second Fire Zone DPS that I've seen in the last 2 days.
I've warned you before. Keep your hands off Aru Village.
Ah, dear. The green-eyed wolf answers to no one.
Thanks, Logan. And then, like, I kept thinking about it. Her Claymore is really good as a general weapon. The HP buff is, like, not useful on most characters, but the 40% attack you can get and the 33 crit stat, it's actually pretty nutty. Yeah, I am seeing that.
Listen,
she does
I
unfortunately
wanna
have that
help
heavy
you, but
knockback.
First, you gotta back down.
She has that really heavy knockback issue.
Boring conversation anyway.
It's a sick animation. Sick animation. It's 4% better on Eula than Broken Pines, like for overall armor damage.
He's a guest, Candace. We
Random
were just
Candace.
fine.
Listen, they bring in
Is
a
that
Candace,
right?
but then they don't put her in the actual banner.
I do
What is
apologize.
that?
Please.
Oh,
come
and
with
then,
me.
oh my god, listen. You guys saw the banners that are available, right?
Candace is in a good mood. You're off the hook. Remember what I told you.
You guys remember that? We saw the
Final warning.
banners yesterday. They finally showed them. And, oh my god, I hate...
Even
Listen.
a wolf had better avoid lions and hunters.
Something that I don't like is when banners just don't work together. And like this, oh my goodness. This just is not a good banner. Like, they just don't work too great together is the downside. Like, alright, listen, Bennett is good on a lot of different teams. Like with the current teams, he isn't because he's not, like all the current teams are basically non-attack focused. So obviously he's not that great, okay, like in that sense, for at least the current meta, but anything previous, like hyper carry builds like Raiden and such, and with the recent Raiden run as well, obviously Bennett could be pretty valuable. But Kale and Barbara, as a whole, they just don't work with these characters too great, right? With Sinnoh, specifically, it's a bigger problem. With Sinnoh, it's specifically a bigger problem here. Yep, C2 Bennett. I still need to get cons Bennett for C6 or no? Not realistically, because like the best constellations for Bennett are his C1, his C5, and then depending on what your teams look like, C6 could actually not be a bad thing. C5 is good because it's like a burst boost, so it makes your attack buff even higher. But you know, they're not game changing. It's just like, you know, maybe like another 100 attack on your buff, which, you know, it's something in the long run. Is Bennett actually a character to pull for? If you're trying to build like a team around dealing gigantic numbers, like for example a Raiden, basically anything before Inazuma, because everything back then was all attack based, right? Then yes, Bennett would be a good character. But if you like the, for example, if you like Dendro, then you're not gonna want Bennett. I think is the best way to put it. I mean, even it's still not, Bennett's still good because even if the attack buff isn't important to a character, he heals like a crap load of HP. Like he's a really good consistent healer too. What is the least constellation after which Bennett is useful? You can showcase your Noel. Oh yeah, hold up a second. Give me a second here. My bad, my bad. Yeah, but no, for Sinnoh specifically, that banner isn't that great. Bennett is okay. Ultimately, Sinnoh does want attack in his build, so Bennett works out just fine. But Barbara doesn't generate particles, which Sinnoh does want characters that generate particles. And then Kale's Dendro application isn't that consistent. It's very inconsistent, and realistically, you either have to run Dendro MC, the main character, right, but Dendro version, or Nahida, who has really good long-term application of Dendro. John, they can't do that because, like, listen, the whole point of Dia so far appears to be, yeah, thanks, Sweep, have a wonderful night, dog. Enjoy your time. Appears to be a drain tank, so they don't want you to run shields. Like literally the weapon that Dia is coming out with is a weapon that states if you do not have a shield, you get bonus HP. So, you know, like they're pushing it so that you don't build any form of shield with Dia and you use her as a drain tank.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
There. Noelle showcased. Good enough, right? Hopefully. Yeah, like Barbara's, you know, like if you don't have a healer, it works. If you don't have a healer, she works just fine. And she is an AoE healer, which can be pretty important. Unironically, she's one of the best healers to deal with the wolves, for example. She's a really good team for that. So, let's see here. So you don't, listen, okay, so for Bennett, C0, Bennett is not that great. You realistically do want C1 at least before you use Bennett. Because the attack buff is based on how much HP you have. So if your character has over 70% HP, you don't get the attack buff, right? Now if you have C1, it removes that limit so that no matter what your HP is at, you will get the attack buff. And Bennett actually does heal quite a bit, so like if someone has under 70% HP, Bennett will heal them past that really quickly. So it's like that I think that first constellation is what makes him very consistent here. But again, it's like with the current teams, like all of Sumeru has been based around Elemental Mastery hybrid builds or full EM builds. Do you think there will be any teams beside Dia DPS in which Dehya will outperform Zhongli? You don't want to pull on this banner?
Thank you for
75 pity. Well, the good thing is that Bennett is like permanently an available character, so listen, if you don't want those 5 stars, don't wish. It's a plunging bounty. We didn't see it this week, so I don't think it'll be there. Also, we don't have the characters actually proper to do it, so we couldn't really do it if we wanted to. Oh wait, wrong one. Whoops. Dia or I think realistically, listen, can we be all honest here? Okay, it's the day before Dia comes out. Dia has some issues that are pretty major. Like for example, if ultimately you like Dia and you like how she looks and you want to make her work, you can make her work. However, there is some issues within her kit that are very, very notable. I would recommend Ayaka because we already know how great she is. She's literally like, there's like 3 top DPSs and Ayaka is literally one of them, right? But Dia currently, as we are aware based on what we've seen from the trailers and the way they explain it, she's not like meant to be a DPS. You can probably play her as one, but she's not really meant for that. Like a lot of her kit revolves around stacking HP and being essentially just an off-field tank. But it probably does. She can probably make it work though, right? She also has the issue where some of her hits are really heavy because she's a Claymore user and she has like extra knockback. So like if you were normal attack comboing with her, it literally blows enemies so far away that you can't actually hit your last hit in your combo, the heavy hit. Like literally it's like 1, 2, 3, and right here on this third one, the enemy would end up like way over here, making it impossible for you to actually chain your last attack, which seems like a bit of an issue. It's like there are issues with it, but ultimately, like we already know, I'm literally using Noelle Dog, a character you get for free at the start of the game, on literally like the introduction mechanic to the wish system, which is one of the most important things for this game, right? No, yeah, but Jelly, that's just logical. Like, listen. You have to understand. Like, is anything that I do for Noelle logical? Not really, right? Not really. If someone likes a character, if someone likes a character, they're gonna play it, and in this game specifically, you can make that character work. And I'm pretty sure at some point we'll see Diaz who can probably like hit like 30-40k per like hit in their burst, and that's like gonna be like maybe 200k damage. Like that's gonna be a good amount. How do you build such an epic Noel though? There is an optimal team. For the most part, the team we're seeing right now, Goro, Zhongli, and Yu and Jin, is basically the most ideal team for Noel, right? You're gonna want either Serpent Spine or Redhorn, which is like the actual like her best in slot weapon. It's like, okay, her best in slot weapon is a really big difference from the other two options. So if you ever get lucky enough to get it, use it. And then after that, Dia doesn't have a support artifact set yet, not that I know of. I'm not even sure what set she would technically run at this point, to be honest. But we'll see here, I guess, when she comes out. But again, she's coming out tomorrow, and we can't really do proper testing on a character until she comes out. You know what I mean? Like, until she's literally out tomorrow and people can actually literally test her, right? We can't actually do it, you know? But like, think about it this way. Back when Cosmo first came out, like, we didn't know what we were doing. And it turned out he was one of the most powerful characters at the time. And he's still amazing. It's just that currently in this, yeah, sure, I'll try out the Serpent Spine. Why not? 65 to 70k is pretty cursed. Yes, it is. Hold up. This ratio is going to look pretty bad. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, hold up. I got to switch some things around here. Don't I? Let me see here. What do we go for here? Less crit rate, I think. That's more crit rate, isn't it? That's less. We can probably do that one. Let's see, we'll do that one, and we shall do the... We'll take the 31 for this one. I think we're a little bit over still. 102. Okay, we're still a little bit over here. We need a little less crit rate here. A little less crit rate. Where can we get a little less crit rate here? Not that one. Seven, 18, and 12. I guess we can run that one. 9, 18. Yeah, we'll run this one. Fuck it. Okay, 98, 151. That should be fine. Does 100 crit rate crit every time? Yeah, it does. Alright, I've never actually tested out Serpent Spine, and to be clear, I kind of just put a set together. I can't guarantee this is an optimal set for Serpent Spine, but just know that my Redhorn setup has 82 crit damage, or sorry, 82 crit rate. And this one has effectively, what, like 98? So the numbers are smaller, right? The numbers are smaller, but it's more consistent, which makes up some of the difference here.
Everyone on me! Fall in!
Your grand finale. Observe. Steady.
I actually have no idea what it's going to look like. Oh, I forgot to actually stack the weapon itself. Holy crap. 53k. Okay, so I didn't actually stack the weapon. I need to remember to do that. Let me actually stack the weapon, because Serpent Spine wasn't stacked for that one. I forgot about that. Whoopsie daisy. The Serpent Spine needs an actual stacking time, and I literally forgot about that. Is 8180 good? Yeah, it sounds good to me. I'm literally 82 198, so it's pretty close to that. You trying to get artifact for like a month and it's so hard? Listen, Jamie, listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I farmed this Noel for over a year. All right. It's like, it's the result of farming for a very long time, one very specific character. Although I'm stacking up my Serpent Spine here before we get this started. Yeah, a month is actually relatively short. You would be surprised. Like, if you play this game long enough, you'll be like, wow. You'll literally think the same thing. Like, yeah, a month is actually pretty short. It is indeed pretty short. Alright then. Should be stacked now.
Solidify. Rally.
While we wait here.
Break a leg and leap. I must leave no stone unturned.
Alright, so this should
Time
be a
to
little
clean
bit better. Yeah, 45k. There we go. That seems a little more consistent. Yeah, 60,000 on the fourth hit as opposed to 77k. The shield break is still around the same thing here. And without every buff available at the time, we get down to around 30k, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, cool. So I hope that showcased it. And I gotta go back to my old set here. Crud, where is it? I think it's this one. Where'd it go? Goes run the crit rate one here. Not that one. Running this one, I'm pretty sure. And then it was this one, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, okay, that's it. Cool. Now, I know what you're wondering. What's the difference between... Because, like, ultimately, a fair comparison would be R1 Serpent Spine. I mean, R5 Serpent Spine to Redhorn R1. In case you want to see what the difference is between, you know, a Refinement 1 and Refinement 5, I can just show you real quick. Very importantly, because Redhorn has 88 crit damage, the passive itself, like the scaling passive for Refinements, is butt cheeks, right? It's not designed to be a good scaling passive. So you'll notice that, like, compared to other weapons, it's realistically not worth refining, and you'll see the damage difference right now. So
Stabilize. Press the
just to
advantage.
show you here, the same setup for Noelle.
Observe. Leave it all to
With
me.
R1, we're able to hit around 48 for the first one. The fourth hit is 68,000, right? Which is still really awesome, right? 68,000 on the fourth hit, right? Right. And then with R5, if we swap out to it real quick here, you'll notice the damage isn't like so much higher that it's realistically worth it, right? Like weapons like Aqua Similuco, for example, are really worth refining. So are things like Elegy. What else is there? Amos Bow. Amos Bow is one of the hardest scaling weapons for refinements too.
Solidify. Everyone on me. Charge.
Strike is one. Steady as stone.
And with
Time to clean.
R5, we're able to hit around 55 for the first one, 64, 77k on the fourth hit. So, you know, for whatever I spent on it, I gained like 8k damage on my fourth hit and around like 5k on the other hits. Yeah, no, like, trust me, as far as artifacts go, you just have to farm as hard as possible. Literally, like, once you get to a certain adventure rank, you farm artifacts every day for the rest of your entire Genshin career, basically. Literally. Nothing but that. You're at 54 today. Oh yeah, then you're at the part where you are literally just farming every day, basically, right? You're basically there already. Yeah, listen. I'm waiting for Husk Strongbox. Wait, Sock, do you play like a Geo team comp at all or no? Do you think that by the time Snezak comes out, I'm not sure they're ever gonna increase the max adventure rank. Your Geo main? Perfect. Listen, beautiful, wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, hello fellow gamer, how you doing? And then this is my Ito that I run currently. Abyss full Geo is super fun, alright? Listen, I remember, when that Phoenix and Electro Crab showed up in the Abyss, that was so fun to watch people struggle. I'm like, yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have a shield right about now? Imagine not being a Geo player. Do you like playing for big numbers or no? Like, have you ever attempted to see how high you can hit with Geo? My current highest hit is 1,114,000 with Noelle, Geo specifically. Now then, listen. We did have reviews to do. We have a small issue though. I don't normally stream that long today, and I see if I'm looking at it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Boats are made for transferring
9.
commodities back and forth, and those that come across
About
Luna
8
tend to
reviews
stay a
here.
while. So it is where many things come to settle.
One, I would be shocked because you guys understand that Physical Noelle can't use her burst, so Physical Noelle is going to be stuck at around 2.5, 2k attack. So if they can somehow multiply that to like beat the physical record, I'll be impressed. I will be impressed here. You can iframe dodge with bursts. You fight the crab and bird. It's actually like you are correct here, but their attacks are semi-consistently, and they're pretty heavy hits too. If you don't have Zhongli, who would you put in his spot instead? Typically a good battery. I've seen people run like if you, let's say you can also run Albedo. Like the best overall Noelle team has Albedo in it instead of Zhongli, because the team damage is higher overall. It's just that for Noelle specifically to deal more damage, Zhongli is the better setup. Geo MC as well. Geo main character is a pretty good choice because he's a really great battery for Noelle. Another choice that sometimes people like to go for is running like a Raiden, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Because like Raiden will battery your Noelle permanently, so you'll have no issue. You cast your burst on Raiden, boom, Noelle has her burst, right? No problem. But Raiden would be better on her own as her own focus of a team.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer.
Hey, I don't have one. Listen, but we have an emote though. At least, have you seen the new emote we have though? Is Ningguang even worth for Noelle? As a whole, yeah, actually. Like, listen. One very hard thing to do for Noelle is to actually battery her because she can't generate her own particles. So oftentimes you'll be running Favonius supports. Like I have Favonius Spear, Favonius Warbow, and Favonius Spear again. Alright, to make it consistent. So running something like Ningguang is great because she can be your DPS, your sub DPS, when your Noelle isn't ready, right? And Ningguang herself will also generate a lot of geoparticles and deal a lot of damage. She also is ranged so that she can deal with certain things that Noelle can't always take care of, right? Because there are flying enemies that appear every now and then, and Ningguang is pretty ideal for taking care of them. Which Geo character would you shill? Zhongli. I would do Zhongli ideally. Zhongli would be the one, alright? Zhongli would be the one just because he's a great universal support. Everyone likes Zhongli, come on, let's be honest here. Everyone likes Zhongli, right? And it's like a good segue, like, oh, you like shields? Do you want a character that can shield, heal, and deal damage at the same time? Boom. That way I bait them into the Noelle, alright? Yeah, but I would, if it's not Zhongli, a different character that's like an off-field would be pretty good. I like Fischl sometimes. I used to like Fischl because you can crystallize with her. Zero Goro. He's still good. He's still good. Don't worry, you get stronger over time. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Douglas. I'm gonna bless you with the Goro blessing, okay? Alright, cool. Now, hold up. I keep stalling out the reviews here, but we gotta get them done. Or I'm literally not gonna get to sleep till tomorrow. So, okay. At this point, I guess we'll start the reviews. Because there's so many people, I don't think I can add anyone else at this point. And then Noelle Strat, that's right, baby. That's right. Hold up, listen, you already know. When we have someone new, we gotta showcase a Noelle for like half a second here, okay? Hold up, let me run a domain real quick here. Yeah, I can't wait though. Like, there's gonna be something. Like they listen. They can't leave no like Geo in the dust, literally. So they'll eventually have to release more buffing characters for Geo, and that's gonna be great for me.
Stabilize. Rally. Fall in.
Break a leg! Observe! I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Charge.
Man, when you have 82 crit, but you miss 2 crits in a row, feels bad, man. Oh well, whatever. Good enough showcase. Good enough. When does the Abyss reset? Hold up. Did the Abyss reset today? It resets tomorrow. Or in a day or two, whatever. Yeah, cool. Oyo abandoned Geo? Yeah, listen. Not gonna say that I feel salty that Dendro as a representation in the standard banner. You know what I mean? Not salty about that. I might be slightly salty that Pyro got a second character in the standard banner before Geo even got one. Not saying, maybe a little salty. So, like, listen, they're adding more characters to the standard pool. So, like, a Geo character cometh, you know what I mean? A Geo character cometh, I'm sure. The only thing I'm worried about is that, like, if it is going to be a standard Geo character, I think it's going to be like a pretty average Geo character, right? I don't think it's going to be like a game-changing character, so they're going to drop a random Geo character that doesn't really change the way Geo works. Then I got to wait a year for them to drop a character that actually does change the way Geo works. Is that why? They just can't put Geo characters in the standard. You're right. You right. Alright, let's see here. End up stalling here. Let me get to this real quick. You got a vent about these Noelle plunge bounties? Hell yeah, baby. Vent it. It's literally my forte here. Literally my forte, dog. My favorite resinless behavior. Noelle plunge bounties, baby. Alright, that aside here, let's see here. Asher would be the first person today, I think. Alright, let me real quick here. Take care of something real quick here. Did you want the Dia trailer? Yes, actually, it's quite nice. Very awesome. The rock music was pretty cool. You scuffed it? Oh! Oh no, wait, do you not know the trick? Hold up, listen. Stat, I gotta give you some advice here, because I think you don't know the trick. I think you don't know the trick, and I need to explain the trick to you. Because this is gonna change your life, by the way. You know you can reset the bounties?
Wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share?
Do you know that if you kill the bounty or fail it, you can literally reset it and do it again, even if you kill it? Buffing Shatter? Well, listen, that's the idea that a lot of people have had. Like, we want a character that it's like a Geo Nilu, right? A Geo Nilu would be cool if it makes Elemental Mastery actually worth something on Geo. Yes, so Lear, let me show you. So basically, here's the trick, right? Let me show you real quick, okay? It's really easy. So let's say you get a bounty, right? So let's go to Leeway, right? So just so you know, I don't know if you know this, the best bounty to exist, okay, is in Leeway. It's a level 91 Lava Churl, or Middle Churl, I think technically. It's the second one, right? Let's grab this one randomly, right? If you kill it, you don't automatically get the reward for it, right? You have to come back here and claim the reward. So whether you kill it or you don't kill it or whatever, all you have to do is go to literally any other nation, where you have bounties available. I recommend Mondstadt, it's the closest. And then you just start another bounty, right? You literally just start another bounty here. So now you have this one, right? So now you just start a different bounty, boom. And it fails your previous one. See, bounty failed. Now you just go back to the Leeway where the bounty above it was at, or wherever it was you got it from. And then you just claim it again. That bounty will be there again as long as you never claimed the reward after killing it. As long as you have not claimed the reward for killing it, it will reset, and it'll still be here. The exact same bounty, the exact same debuff and everything. See? Same one. So like, if you're ever going to try it again, just know that you can do that. Little known secret, alright? Watermelon, thank you for the follow here. Can we do bounties just to get the reward? Well, for the world record setup, you have to do it on a bounty because the bounties have really weak defenses compared to other enemies here. Yeah, you're welcome. Good luck, alright? Let me know what your results are, alright? Let me know if you break 1,114,000, alright? That's the number I care about. Alright, anyways, Asher, listen, we gotta get to this. Okay, cool. So the new reviews are shut off for now because it's gonna take too long for me to do them. We already have like 8 lined up, so I'm just gonna do the ones that we have, and then we'll move forward, okay? So we just gotta kind of do this at this point. No other way around it here. Right. Now we are doing reviews. Asher, you would be the first one. Let it be known of your chat here. When I looked at your vid. Oh yeah, no. The video that I think I have linked. Because you probably saw my original 1 mil or one of the middle ones. But my current highest hit is 1,114,000. And right now we're actually working on a super secret setup that should allow me to break the 1.3 mil barrier. It should, theoretically it should allow me. But it's a little bit nutty compared to the other setup because Stat Junkie, do you use a 4-man setup or a 6-man setup? Or a 5-man setup? Because I use 6 characters for my setup. I don't know if you've actually seen what I do because I don't just artifact swap. I actually team swap as well in the middle of it. I take advantage of a lot of different strategies to make that one thing work. Now the clip though is only the end result of it, but whenever I do the bounties, if you happen to be here, you can see how insane it is. Alright, let's see here. We gotta do the reviews though. It's already 8:42 here. 130k. Nice. Congratulations. Going towards that 1 mil area. Hell yeah. How's your crit damage looking? Because mine is with the food buff and everything. Without Goro, it's 362. Crit damage. Thank you for the follow. Alright, listen. Again, we're doing reviews. The people currently in queue are Asher, Jelly. Sweeb left, unfortunately, I'm guessing, so we won't be doing him. A person. I don't know if cheat notes. It doesn't look like they ever redeemed again, but we'll assume maybe they are here. Elise. David Sensei. Logan. Actually, no. Logan redeemed for Elise, I think. Okay, cool. Got it. I don't know how character swap on bounties work. It's A lot of timing stuff. A lot of timing stuff here. I have videos of it.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Great. Every time I say, listen, I guess I gotta shut this thing off. Every time I say okay, my little smart clock starts listening. Alright? Gonna mute it real quick here. Scared the shit out of me. Alright. No, but I can break it down, like the actual setup of it. But it's just, right now I want to get this done real quick. But I will show everyone how it's done when I have a chance here. Let me just get through a review real quick here, because Asher was waiting around for quite a bit here. Alright, listen, we're looking at Mommy Sarah, level 1 talent on the normal, level 8 on the Tengu Stormcall, and level 13 burst. What I don't know here, and I am kind of curious, is if Asher knows that her E is actually what determines how much attack she gives. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I am wrong here, but I'm pretty sure her E actually dictates the amount of buff she gives. So I'm pretty sure they are missing out on a bit of damage here. Alright, Skyward Harp is basically her best weapon, good crit stats and everything here. And a 674 base attack weapon, you know, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now Sarah does have a decently scaling burst here, and she typically runs in a hyper carry team with Raiden. So as long as you have a mixture of basically just crit stats, energy recharge, you're good, right? Attack percent, all that good shit, that's what we're looking for. Alright, first piece here, damn, okay. All around piece here, it looks like you got what? 3 upgrades of crit, 1 of energy recharge, so 3 lines start with 4 upgrades. Pretty much the quintessential breakdown right here. Literally the 4 stats you want on a piece, so congratulations. You're at what? 5.8, 11, 32.6 crit value, so that's pretty nice. Both your ER rolls were maxed too, so you got the most out of that. Congratulations. And then attack percent, any amount is useful, so hey, got that going for you. This emblem piece is kind of godly. I mean, it's not an emblem piece technically. It's a noblesse piece. Next one, damn, okay, another very extremely beefy piece here for crit stats on this one though. Very nice. 23.3, so 3730, 8.1 crit value, so pretty close to 40 crit value on this one. And oh, I see. Okay, I thought you got lucky. I honestly did, but looking at it, this 11.7 is deceptive. All right, I thought it was 3 max rolls in a row, you know, 3.93 times, but it's actually not. It's unfortunately 3 upgrades, so you actually got, I think, like second lowest possible crit rate total for 3 min rolls in a row, or 4 min rolls in a row technically. So, you know, lucky and unlucky at the same time, strangely, okay? It's still, though, 40 crit value, not going to complain, right? Or maybe you will, I don't know. But we'll see. Alright, next, you went for attack percent with high-ass crit damage. Now, you do have a crit rate weapon, so it's okay for you to have, like, a somewhat stacked piece with crit damage. Especially if it's 30. 30 is a lot, by the way. You got 2 upgrades here, so it's a 4-line start with 3 of your upgrades, so that is a pretty high average, by the way. 31.1 being the highest, so you only missed 7.8 twice. So congrats, it's just a pretty nutty piece overall. Alright, alright, alright. Your goblet is, damn boy, be thick boy. Look at that, 22.6, so this one's a 42.8, I think, right? 42.7, I think it rounds down to, so you did finally break 40 crit value, so congrats. And then your other miss roll, again, energy recharge, making your Sarah extremely consistent, which is pretty good. Now, it is attack percent. Ideally, Electro would have been nice. You know, probably a gold on the line here. However, ultimately, you know, with this much crit stat, it'll still be worth a lot. And also, because it is an off piece here, whenever you're farming anything, you could technically get a different Electro piece that could replace this. However, the substats are pretty crazy, though. Pretty crazy, though. All right. And then the headpiece here, okay, pretty straightforward. Now, Elemental Mastery, we don't care about. On some Electro, we do, but for this one in particular, not really, as she is mostly just a buffer for Raiden, right? HP and defense, we don't care about, so in the very least, you do have the 3 crit rolls that I typically want on the headpiece, so that's very nice. So overall, a pretty nice headpiece as well. Let's see here. Nuttiest piece. Let's see here. Okay, listen. In good faith, I can't give it to an attack goblet when we know Electro is better. This one is just so like great and unlucky at the same time, so not really. I think I'm gonna have to give it to your Noblesse piece for just having 8 rolls of value and just having every stat be literally worth something. So very nice. Check the Raiden. I can't check 2 characters at once, dog. All right. All that being said, your total crit value here, 70, 75. Okay, 77. But you have 214.7 crit value, I believe here, right? 227. My God, 224.7 crit value. The Goblet is definitely the best piece. Is just for Raiden, not for Sarah Lamau. The issue is that it's not on Raiden specifically, right? That's the actual issue here. For the most part, if I had a Hydro Goblet on Noelle that was just literally perfect stats, 54 crit value, max energy recharge, max attack percent, if it's on Noelle, you know what I mean? It's like, but on Sarah, it's just a really good, it's still a really great piece though, regardless. 22 ER plus 20, so 42% would be pretty nice here. Now let's see here. Okay. Look at your rating goblet. No, I will not look at extra characters here. I will not be looking at extra characters. Yoink. Let's see. Alright, just a quick peek, shall we? Boom. Yeah, you should change that, just so you know. I saw what's there, so I see why you're doing that, but yeah, you should consider maybe swapping over. Anyways. No. Too much. We can't review a second character, dang it. Okay, listen, we got a lot to do here. We got to push forward here. Alright, 65, 217. Not bad. Very nice. Semi-consistent here. Good crit ratio overall. 142. Nice. Energy recharge. 84 elemental mastery. Alright, listen, Asher. Okay, so your crit value normally puts you in the 9 range. However, this isn't realistically a like DPS Sarah directly. It is support Sarah designed to deal damage on the side here. And for that reason, I'm gonna put you up to a 9 because I'm gonna put you up to a 10 because you're basically there, and Sarah will be doing her job just fine. 40% energy recharge is more than enough, especially since you're probably running it with a Raiden, so no real issue there. Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. Now then, we are gonna have to skill check you. Listen. Now is the time we actually have to use the emote, okay? It is skill check time, okay? Skill check time, alright? It's the he put a 3 instead of a 6. It's a 615 number. Alright, cool. Now then, listen, adventure rank 60. Okay, there you go. Adventure rank 60. Thank you, Elise. Thank you. We got the skill check time, alright? Alright. 60, so you need max stamina. Good. Yep. After that, listen. Do you have a 69, a 404, a 420, or a 777 somewhere in this build? Well, do ya? Mm-hmm. I actually do, yeah. Hold up. Not there. Alright, not there. Alright, nothing so far, and then boom, a 69 in the defense total. Congrats, that's 1 pass. A 420 right there, you see it? In the energy recharge, that's 2 passes, alright? That is 2 passes right now. Anything else? I suppose just the 2 passes, but 1 pass is enough, so Asher, listen dog, for me, you're gonna get a 10 out of 10, alright? This Sarah is a 10 out of 10, alright, guy. Congratulations, she is beautiful here. Now, listen, I still do think you're using her as a buff, so just know that her E does increase the attack bonus she ends up giving. So I don't know if that matters here. But yeah, but just be aware of that, alright? Beautiful. Alright, pushing forward here. All right, let's see here. Let's see. We're making progress here. All right, Jelly, you are literally next here. You're next in line here. Let's take care of that real quick here. Now, I don't normally do reviews Monday, but it's pre-patch day. I got what I wanted. Nothing really important here. Let's go ahead and get it, shall we? Hu Tao. Level 33, so recently acquired. Dragon's Bane R5, so you do have basically the best 4-star weapon in the game for her. Very nice. At max refinement as well, or no less, I guess you could say. Nice, congratulations. And you already have a set for her. I'm guessing that's you know, a result of your emblem farming probably. And then level 1 talents. Okay, cool. Everything seems normal so far. Now, very importantly, listen, we're gonna need obviously crit rate, crit damage, HP percent, elemental mastery. Attack percent's not the worst thing in the world. We basically don't want defense for the most part, and that's about it, right? So we look at the first piece here. Ooh, okay, pretty good subsets across the board here. Hold up, I gotta blow my nose. Are you saying you got a 15 crit rate? Oh, 15 defense. I was about to say 15 crit rate and 20 crit damage. What the hell? That is... By the way, 15 crit rate and 20 crit damage is literally possible, just in case you guys are wondering. Alright, first piece. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, elemental mastery. All useful stats, all DPS stats. Your elemental mastery is a max roll too, so you got the most out of that. We have here 13, 32, 32.6 crit values over 30 crit value. Alright, pretty good start. It's a 3-line with 4 out of 4 upgrades. Alright, pretty straightforward here. Damn. Listen. Alto, thank you for the follow. Listen. Alright, Jelly, listen, you gotta pick a home, dog. Alright, listen, have you ever heard the legend of the 31.9 5.8 crit gladiator attack longing? Have you ever heard that legend? There's a legend in this community, okay? There's a legend in this community of a person who would ask for a review quite often, alright? But every time, no matter without fail, every single character that they want to show off would literally use the exact same piece for their timepiece. And it's like, dog, I know that it's awesome, right? But you literally can't run it on every single character. You kind of got to pick a home for it, okay? Unequipped it for like 2 weeks. Cap, dog. All right. Anyways, all right. Let's see if it's finally its home. All right. Let's see if it's finally found its home. All right. Now it's onset. All right. True. It is now onset. We'll see if it's the home in the future here. All right. 49 crit value though. Obviously disgusting. Very beautiful. HP percent as well in there. So it's a great piece for Hu Tao. It's got 8 rolls of value. Disgusting. Okay. Congratulations. It's about as good as a piece can get for Hu Tao, realistically, other than maybe elemental mastery here, right? But like, Jesus Christ, okay? It's good enough. For this... Okay. I'm pretty sure HP percent would still be better. I don't think attack percent is bad, it's just HP is better, right? Crit stats though obviously look pretty nice. What is this, like a 30, what is that, 13, 31, 32? So it's like a 31.8, 31.9 crit value piece overall, so it's got decent stats here. And then obviously one of your misses was HP, so that's a lot better than missing into flat attack twice, so not a bad breakdown here. A 4-line start with 4 upgrades out of 5, which is, oh no, 3 upgrades out of 4. Oh, 3 out of 4, my bad. Still though, pretty good, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. What about this one though? Damn, son. Now this is an off piece. Okay. Okay, so I see you're basically forced to run this bad boy here because of this incident. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's a 49 crit value piece as well. So that's another 49 on this Hu Tao, by the way. Now the HP flat obviously does increase damage a little bit, and it is a max roll, so at least you got the most out of that possible, so congratulations. Okay, I guess it makes this piece more justifiable overall. 249s, very nice. So an off piece and an onset one. Disgusting. Disgusting. And then the last piece here, pretty straightforward, energy recharge. Now, specifically on this set, you don't really want ER, so it's a bit of a deadweight stat. However, the double max crit damage roll and the attack percent roll will always be useful no matter what. And you did get the best version, the best variant of the HP, right? The 69 variant of the HP. That's pretty pog overall. Okay, yeah, very nice. 62, 115. Let's see what we got here. 124.4. So this one's a 140.2 crit value Hu Tao. So sorry, 240. So this one did barely break the 240 mark. So congratulations. That is very nice and very hard to do actually. EM's a little bit on the low side. However, in this case, it doesn't particularly matter because you're gonna have Dragon's Bane R5 anyways. So it's not like you are in need of it entirely. All right. 67, 165. She does gain more crit damage as you ascend her, so it should be like 67 to 187 or something like that at this time. Once you get her to level 90. So your ratio is going to be a little bit skewed, but it's still under 1 to 3. You know, like 1 crit rate for every 3 crit damage. So it's not in a bad spot here. Your elemental mastery will probably be around 246 at level 90. That'll be pretty nice as well. 67, 200. Oh wait, she hasn't gained any ascension stat yet? It's like a 38% crit damage boost or something like that. So maybe I'm wrong then. Alright, anyways, that aside, that's not too bad. That's 1, 2, 3, almost on the dot. So I'm cool with that. Now listen, we don't judge character like on level and shit usually. We base it on artifact quality overall. So the rating I'm giving, even though it's not going to make sense for a level 33 Hu Tao, right, with level 1 talent and shit, is specifically for artifact quality, right? Now artifact quality, dog, I'm not gonna lie to you, you do fall in the 10 out of 10 range, okay? Anything over 235 crit value falls in the 10 out of 10, and you're at 240. So it's gonna start off as a 10, alright? Listen, but I will tell you now this, okay? We will literally reduce your points by 3 next time we see this piece, okay? This has to have a home, dog, alright? I feel bad for it. You can't relocate a piece. It's like, it's cruel to relocate a pet over and over and over again, you know? It's gotta find a home, alright? It's gotta find a home. Alright, that aside though. Okay, cool. Yeah, so 10 out of 10. Obviously, we'd love to see this be HP in the future, but it still does technically count. I don't have a problem with it. Skill check here real quick. You already know. Listen, you know what's coming, right, Jelly? You know what's coming. So, adventure rank 55. Alright, so you are going to be treated as an adult here. Your stamina is only 200. Now, what does that mean, Jelly? What does that mean here? Oh, should we? Okay, how about? Okay, I have enough for 2 more animated emotes. Do you guys want a skill fail -1 emote or something like that? Because we have the 69, 404, 420, 777. Attack with attack sands. I think it's justifiable because they are able to run their onset feather and then their off piece here for 49 crit value. Alright, 49 crit value, so I think it's justifiable. And I am willing to give it a 10 just for that. Now obviously we don't know how it's going to shake out till, you know, level 90, but we'll see. Because their HP is probably going to be closer to like 26k, so they are going to be a bit low on that, but it can still work. A spin emote? I'm not really a charge attack Noelle player, but I can try and find one that's already made. We can try that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so listen, you already know you're losing 1 point. Okay, you're literally losing 1 point just for main stat, substat still. In most cases, yeah. Lowest base attack too. Yeah, but listen, trust me, it kind of works out here. They lost a point for their stamina. Okay. So they're already down to a 9. Now we do have to check for the 69, 404, 420, or 777. Now, listen, they actually did pass it a couple times here. So you got that 42 crit damage, which does show up as 420. So congratulations, that's already a pass right there. The other one here, nothing there, is the 69 variant of the HP right there. So that would be 2 passes, alright. So off to a pretty good start there overall. Almost on the crystallize, almost but not quite. Let's see here. Yeah, I think those are the only 2 passes, but that is enough to pass regardless here, okay? If you look at the substats vertically, no. That will not work in this court. Alright then. 2 passes, very nice. So jelly from me tonight, dog. I'm gonna give you that 9 out of 10 life, okay? 9 out of 10 life. But obviously, listen, we need to see you swap out to HP, okay? For it to be worth it, alright? Because at the end of the day, listen, this is going to sound insane for me to say, but like 31 crit value is not impossible to replace. Alright, I know it sounds crazy, but like, listen, just farm for like 2 years and you'll definitely replace it. It's not that hard, you know? It's not that hard, you know? Just do max refills for like 8 months in a row and you'll surely get one. Alright, that one's done for. That one's done for here. Alright, cool. Next person is actually named A Person. A Person, do you happen to be here by chance? Sorry for the long wait. We would have done reviews earlier, but we got raided, so we're like, shit. We had to entertain him for a bit. That's right, baby. That's right. And if you got, hey, listen, if you got a problem with me, throw money at me. No cap, okay? It's my weakness, okay? Like, it hurts whenever it touches me, you know? I'm allergic to money. So, you know, if you ever got beef with me, just, you know, throw money at my problem. Because I am the problem. Anyways, Shao. Ooh, okay. Probably one of the first short kings here, okay? One of the first short kings, okay? Now, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. I've never called Venti a short king. But that's because he doesn't have short king vibes, you know what I mean? He just does not. But Shao does, okay? Shao definitely does. Now then, let's see here. Vermilion Hereafter, very nice. C1 for extra energy, very nice. 9, 8, and 9. Now, obviously, you do have the C1, so you have 3 dashes. So, you know, it would be nice to get that maybe up a little further, but it is expensive in terms of Mora and shit, so it's obviously your call. Resin refills can help a lot. Yeah, exactly. Listen. Hear me out. If you buy Battle Pass in Welkin, doing 1 refill per day is not the worst thing in the world. But, you know, think about it this way. 50 resin a day over the course of a month is literally 1,500 Primo Gems, which is basically almost a 10 wish. So, do keep that in mind, alright? Like, even though it's only 50 per day, it does add up over the course of a month here. Alright, that aside here, we're obviously going to be looking for things like crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Damn. We don't want Elemental Mastery. Typically, we don't want HP or defense. HP can be made an exception. Technically, if you have a Homa, it can make it a little bit worth it, but it's never really going to be the most important stat, right? Damn, so 19 crit rate. Okay, we're off to an interesting start here. That does put you at 46.6 crit value, I believe, right? Yeah, 46.6 crit value on the first piece. Now, D4 Shao. No, this is C1 Shao. Congratulations, that is a nasty piece here. Now that should, I wonder. Okay, hold up. This is going to be an interesting question here. So, A Person, do you remember if this was a 3-line or a 4-line start? Because if it's a 4-line start, it's like just average rolls per upgrade. But if it's a 3-line start, you literally got 4 max upgrades in a row on top of your starting max roll. Now, listen, obviously 5 upgrades into a single stat is a 1 in 1,000 chance, but getting 4 max upgrades in a row is far rarer than that. I'm kind of curious which one of the two it is, because that's literally the number that could be if you max roll 4 upgrades. Probably a 4-line then. Okay, yeah, that probably makes more sense, and it's literally more likely to happen. That 1 in 1,000 is more likely to happen than getting 4 max rolls in a row. So, still though, obviously the end result is still disgusting. So congratulations. Congratulations. This one right here. Ooh, okay, another naughty piece here. Now, because you have triple dash, obviously you need less ER than most other Shaos. Yeah, that's 19 crit. Why do you think I've... Listen. Have you not heard me literally nutting for the last 3 minutes trying to explain how rare 19.4 is? It's pretty rare, dog. Yeah. Like, listen, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. This is what I want my pieces to look like, okay? Because of Redhorn build and because of Goro giving me like 128 crit damage, I need crit rate heavy pieces. So pieces like this would be like a dream for me, basically. But yeah, it's just nutty. A nutty buddy, okay? 32.7 crit value, very nice, over 30 CV, and energy recharge with your other rolls here. And again, I think probably 20% is enough ER for a Shao with the C1 on there. So you're a little bit over halfway there on that port too. All right, beautiful. It's 100% a 4-liner. It can tell you. It can actually tell. I guess it can read the sub stats, right? All right, that aside here. Okay, timepiece. Okay, pretty normal. Again, now you have like 25 energy recharge, so you're already pretty much have enough ER to be happy, right? Okay, got it. And then, you know, between defense percent and flat HP, neither one was more important than the other realistically, so at least you only missed once, alright? So 1, 2, 3, 4, so a 3-line with effectively 3 upgrades out of 4, which is pretty nice. Alright, very nice. And then the Animal Goblet here, okay, again, listen, hear me out, it's your off piece here, but if you close your eyes and squint hard enough, it almost looks like it's onset, okay? That's like the upside here, okay? If you squint hard enough, it almost looks onset. Even without it being, you know, off piece here, 3 rolls of crit on any goblet tends to be pretty good. And then having any additional subsets is always a nice little bonus, and you have 2 extra attack percent rolls. So I see value in it. I think it's pretty good. Obviously, listen, monkey brain, right? We'd all love to see that 40 crit value piece, but I think for the time being, you're in a perfectly okay spot. Remember 100 crit rate ain't real. Yeah, because technically if your crit rate is 99.7, it's not truly 100%, right? So 100% crit rate could either be or not be 100% because of the way the numbers round up. Because like it rounds it up when showing, but it doesn't actually round it up in the actual probability. All right, and then the headpiece here. We might have to hit them with it. Forced to pull for Zhongli. Welcome to the Geo world, baby. So what? True 100% crit rate. If your crit rate literally says 101, I guarantee you have 100% crit rate. Alright, we gotta do it to them, chat. Listen, unfortunately, we have to do it to them. Give me a second here. This is one of those moments where we don't really have a choice here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really have a choice. Alright. I took enough copium here, I think. I took enough now. We can make it work. Listen, hear me out. hear me out, okay? Hear me out. We can make this work, okay? There's a reason this piece is actually fantastic, right? Now listen, in every cinematic we've ever seen for Shao, his best attribute is his burst, right? So if you think about it, having 150% burst uptime is pretty effective. So having like double the amount of ER recommended by every single expert, it kind of makes you a genius, you know, because then it's like, if one burst uptime is good enough, imagine having 2 burst uptime, you know? Right? Like, we've had 1 breakfast, but what about 2, you know? So I see value that people don't, okay? Now, so like, there's at least like a wonderful amount of value there, okay? Now, I will remind you, okay, that Shao literally has the highest base attack in the game, right? So, it means that attack is pretty important to him, okay? Now, listen, hear me out, okay? Flat HP, okay? What if, in the future, you get like a Stab of Homa rerun, right? But you don't want it, but then just one day randomly you're like, you just like sleepwalk, you turn on your PC, you open up Genshin while you're sleepwalking, right? And you just like randomly roll a 10 roll and you end up getting Stab of Homa. It's like you're kind of preparing for it in the future, right? Because that'll give you a good 7 flat attack to your total, so I would say it's a pretty decent boost, right? And then listen, hey, at least the attack percent is a max roll, okay? So there's lots of value in that, okay? Lots of value in that, though, okay? Look at that, it's beautiful, okay? Now then, listen. We're good, okay? It's a good piece, alright? It's a great piece. It's beautiful, alright? You don't need more, obviously. Alright then. We're good. It's average, true. However, they end up having like 140 ER, which is a little excessive for a C1 Shao here, right? So, like, realistically, I'm like, the ER is a little excessive, but it's still useful. Anyways. Let's see what we got here. 29.9 to 122, so 60, 180, 180. Is it like 181.8 or something like that? So not bad. 41 ER. 0 elemental mastery, not bad. Deathmatch here, obviously a crit rate weapon, which is why your crit rate's actually pretty high here. Yeah, only 150 map pins at the time. 90, 172. Listen, if your crit ratio was already 100, I would not have copiumed out, to be honest, because it's like you literally can't fit more crit rate in the build, right? But since I say around 3 rolls of crit, which is about 9 to 11-ish crit value, right, would get you to about 100, it does still have value, you know? So you still kind of would want that, right? That aside, though, still a great build, though. Basically, it's like a 1 to 1.9, which is a really good ratio. Again, the ER excessive, but for sure, it'll make him super comfortable, all right? And then 0 elemental mastery is absolutely a flex, obviously, all right? Now, your attack is 1800, which is fairly low for a Shao here, but it does make sense, as this weapon does have a very low base attack on purpose. That is intentional, right? Now, luckily for you, I think Shao does work decently well with Bennett, and maybe a different attack buffer somewhere, so you can increase your attack in other methods, right? Now then, listen. That aside here, listen, not gonna lie to you, your current crit value is around a 7 typically, okay? It's pretty good. It is definitely hard carried by these like first 2 pieces. They're pretty nice. And the rest are just not as strong, right? Not quite as strong as they could be. So they have potential. Now, because your ER is taken care of, and you do have like an additional 20% attack in your bonus here, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna boost you up 1 point here, and I'm gonna put you at a very comfortable 8 out of 10. All right, for that reason. Now then, listen. Adventure rank 56. We got a skill check. Yeah. First things first. Max stamina. Good. After that, listen. Do you have a 69, a 404, a 420, or a 777? Do you or do you not? Boom, right there. Max HP bonus 69, baby. That obviously does count. Very nice. After that, let's see here. See, look. Look. That was imperative, okay? That 11% HP allowed you to get that, so that's pretty important, I would say. That aside here. I think it's just the one, right? Yeah, just the one pass, okay? One pass is enough. That's all we care about. And just in case you are wondering, the One Piece is real, okay? So your final score here, after everything, all said and done. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from me. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, you just gotta farm a little bit more. Up to you, obviously. You know, if you do want a better timepiece or a better headpiece, technically, you could, you know, but that's entirely up to you. Although I will say that headpiece does become more valuable if you do get some crit rate in your goblet, because then you can justify, like, I already have 100 crit rate. Why would I need more, you know? Alright. Alright, let's see here. Let's see here. So Cheat Notes asked for a new follower review, but, you know, obviously because they've already had one, we can't give a second one. Let's see here. Are they here at the time? Is Cheat Notes here at the time? The Cheat Notes is not here. We would, I think, be moving on to Elise, who appears to be having technical difficulties because for some reason I see 6 reviews redeemed for Elise. A very strange occurrence by happen chance, I suppose. Also, let's say down the line, a person, you get lucky and get like his best one ever here. Let's say you get the Jade Spear, right? You would lose around what, like 14 crit rate. So you should, you know, you never know. What if you get lucky and you have your best in slot? You'd be down 14 crit rate. It would be okay to, you know, look at show and tell. All right, why not? Why not? Ooh, hold up. Look at this. So Mahmoud has a Geo Goblet in this set right here, the emblem, right? There isn't a character for it just yet. You could argue Ningguang in some cases here. It's already got 14.8 crit damage, 13 crit rate, and it's got one more upgrade here potentially, okay? Now, if you look at it further here, it's got one more upgrade technically, so it is a 4-line start. So it's got potential for actual god roll, okay? Now, the current crit value on this bad boy is what? 26.4, 40, 41.2. It's around 47 crit value possible. So they have a chance to god roll. If they hit crit rate or crit damage one more time, it's going to be an absolutely nutty piece, alright? Now, Mahmoud, just know that crit rate tends to be the more valuable stat here, because crit rate is typically more valuable because of the way that crit rate is capped and crit damage is not. So if it happens to roll into crit rate, crit damage, beautiful. If it happens to be crit rate, even better, okay? Now, you do have to keep us updated on that, okay? Now, but just know that at this point, you already have a beautiful goblet. So there's no real problem. Like, your goblet is already goated. It can just be more goated. You want to roll it yourself? No, dog. I think your luck is clearly on. Oh, Bennett's birthday, nice. I think your luck is clearly on point at this time, and when your luck is good, you gotta take advantage. I wouldn't be the one. I don't listen. I ruined a Geo Goblet the other day. I don't want to ruin a second one. You know. It is your honor in this case. Your privilege to do it. Just roll hard, okay?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Alright, so then if Cheat Notes is not here at
Where
the
are
time,
those
which I
who
don't think they're going to be
share
because they
the
didn't,
memory?
I hope they got their refund here. Logan, were you ever able to give Cheat Notes his refund? single geo character yet. Okay, you didn't build a single geo character yet. All right, I'm gonna change that. Don't you worry. Anyways, aside from that, congrats. Though it is a very nice looking goblet already, and it can be even more better. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. So then Elise with a Nilou build. All right. Alright. Nilou, the Hydro character who changed Dendro slightly here. Yes, did you see that goblet, by the way, Sock? He's got a nutty looking goblet, and he's got more potential too. That's the crazy part. One more upgrade, potentially like 47 crit value. Can you please roll it for content? Maybe. Give me a second though. I'm trying to get all this reviews out the way because I do not normally stream that long today, so I want to make sure I get that out the way here. It is a little bit of a detour, so we'll do that at the end. Then, if you're willing to wait here, we have maybe 3 or 4 more reviews left, or 2. Maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. It depends. But as long as you're willing to wait, yeah, I'll roll it for you. It won't be too long though. Alright, Nilou, Sypho's Light, Elemental Mastery plus Energy Recharge to the rest of the team, right? Now this does work pretty well on her because obviously her EM on here doesn't look that high. I mean 300 is a lot, to be clear. But once she's actually on the field with her passives, it's like way higher than that, making this weapon more effective, right? Yeah, send it to Discord if you like. Go ahead and message me if you want. Alright, that aside here, listen. Basically, for Nilou, you want HP, EM, and Energy Recharge, alright? You can do crit sets if you want, but I just recommend you go for the full Bloom setup if that's what you're going for, okay? Just dive deep into it, okay? It's her better setup overall. But if you do crit, hey, I'm not going to judge, you know, you do what you want here. Now let's see what you went for, though. You went for the, ooh, nice, HP plus ER route. Wonderful. We have 3 upgrades on the HP already. Very nice. Energy recharge as well. So that's 4 upgrades. So that means this is effectively like having a 4 upgrade crits piece here, right? So let's say you start off with a 3 line, then you get like 40 crit value. This is effectively what this is. So it's a very beautiful piece overall to start off with. Then I don't know, would it be more, out of curiosity, would it be more worth to farm a full set of this one to get that additional bonus damage over the 20%? No real idea, right? I'm sure somewhere out there is an actual answer to that, but I just don't know. Okay, cool, HP percent, flat HP. Now, obviously, you got 1 roll across the board, so it is a Thanos piece, okay? Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Yeah, like I said, on the upside, at least 2 of your rolls were directly into HP, which is good. HP is better than EM. No, but I mean like because the 4-piece set bonus gives you like extra bloom damage, no? Or is that a different set? Alright though, very nice, very simple start here. 2-piece set. This is your off piece here, so it should be HP with as much EM and energy recharge as possible, which is looking very nice. So that is 2 upgrades, 1 upgrade. So it is a 4-line start with 3 upgrades out of 5. Your energy recharge has a pretty high average as well. 19.5 being the highest you can get with 3 upgrades or 3 rolls in total. Does put this pretty close to that. So I think you missed max roll just twice, which is pretty nice. So congrats. Now your last 2 sets here, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do HP still. Yes, beautiful. Energy recharge, EM, again, any amount of that will be fine. I love seeing that. Obviously, the crit stats look great and all, but let's be honest here. You don't really run Nilou for crit, so you do end up having mostly 3 rolls of value, but especially when it comes to a Bloom team, the EM stat in total is the most important, so as long as this was HP and onset, you were good. So, you know, you are good. Last piece here, we're looking for that HP with, damn, a boatload of energy recharge. Very nice. Hit for like 50k. Nice. Alright, 21.4. Very nice. Alright, cool. So that's 3 upgrades, I believe. Yep, 3 upgrades out of 4, which is pretty good. Okay, cool. It is pretty straightforward here. A lot of good stats that I like seeing here. 60 energy recharge. The crit stats are there. Not super consistent, but they do crit from time to time. I do believe you on that. The EM is 65, but that's mostly from everything else here. 2489. Yeah, the ratio is not too nutty here, obviously, but she is extremely consistent, and she has over 50k HP with a non-HP weapon, which is pretty nice. All right, she looks great. Now again, listen, when we rate characters that are like Bloom Team characters, and I guess Nilou's a bit of an exception because she doesn't just stack EM, she stacks HP. It's hard to not give a 10, alright? As long as I saw stats that impressed me and that were what I consider good, like HP and ER in this case, which I saw a lot of, your character will start at a 10. Alright, so I'm going to start you off at a 10 on the Nilou, okay? Now then, skill check. Alright, the 69, 404, 420, 777 check. Sir, you already know, okay? You already know Adventure Rank 56. Let's see it. Let's see it. Your stamina is max. Good. That's the first one. Good job. Good job. After that, listen. Do you have a 69, a 404, a 420, or 777? Do you or do you not? Dost thou have it here? Now, in all fairness to you, because you run HP and ER substats, it is a bit harder. Just because those substats don't tend to have those numbers built into them all too often. You would have access to the 69 variant of the HP, 777 HP as well. So it is a little bit trickier on Nilou specifically, but let's see if we were able to make it somehow. You know, I'll be honest here. I'm going to give you a little hint here. You could do 6 and 9 on the talents right here, and that would count if you can't make it any other way. Because it doesn't look like you have it any other way here, unfortunately. So today, you would be losing a point for me, and I think you are going to be overall losing the point here. Yep, losing the point. So listen, Elise, a wonderful Nilou for sure. Deserves a 10, but you have worked hard enough for a 9 though, alright? You deserve a 9. She's a 10, but you get to 9 from me. 9 out of 10, alright. Very nice though. Very, 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 very nice. We don't get that 10? Hell yeah. Alright, let's see here. So I don't like doing, unless there's no one else, I don't like doing 2 people in the row typically here. So what we're gonna do is skip over to David Sensei and then come right back to you, Elise, alright? Which is our first European review for the night here. A European Hu Tao. Okay. Okay. You got her this patch and she's a work in progress. Ooh, okay, that sounds fun. And then we're going to be rolling that last goblet for Mahmoud here at the end here, so that'll be an interesting thing to do here, I suppose. It'd be nice to see the birth of another godlet, okay?
Think we can run some tests?
G-oblet, there we go. A G-oblet, G-goblet. G-goblet. Is that the right word to say? No, I don't think so. Nice. C2 R1 Shenhe is Kuming, and so are you apparently. Is that for, okay, listen. Obviously, Shenhe is a cryo buffer, so I only see Chungus on here. I see a Chungus PFP right here. I see Chungus right here, level 90. Is your Shenhe for your Chungus Mel team or something? I need to know here. What is the Shenhe for? I don't see an Ayaka. I don't see a Ganyu. Staff of Homa Abuser. Nice. Crimson Witch Abuser. Nice. 9, 8, and 5. Obviously, these 2 talents are the most important. So, obviously, if you do plan on going further, level those bad boys up. And they are definitely worth getting to level 10. Ooh, okay, cool. Alright, now then, obviously, C1 is a really weird constellation on Hu Tao because it's like, the best way to put it, it's not a necessary constellation, but it's just such a nice quality of life change, right? It is such a nice quality of life change, so, you know, just be aware that some people do consider that a very valuable constellation. In case she ever does get a rerun and you want to empower her further, that might be one way. Aside from that though, listen. You already know we just don't want defense percent, okay, or defense. Either one of those two subsets, not a good thing. Everything else you can basically get use out of, alright? Damn though. Okay, we're starting with high crit stats here. Already like that. Already broken the 40 barrier. This first piece already in that 42 crit value territory, so very nice. Pretty simple. Obviously the flat stats don't add too much, so we don't gotta worry about that. What up, Bright? Do you like the new emote though? It's a cool emote, huh? No, yeah, but I'm saying in the future, if there's literally nothing else, it's like Hu Tao C1 I hear is pretty worth it for people who like Hu Tao. There, now you can spam that in other streams with no context, you know? They'll be like, what the fuck? Perfect. We get our word out there, okay? Alright, the next piece is also stacked. Okay, so less crit value, but the actual subsets on the side here are pretty nice. Obviously, Elemental Mastery, since you are running the Staff of Homa, and you're running Crimson Witch, you're most likely running a Vape comp, right? So from what I understand, they always say the first 100 EM is some of the most valuable, so any amount will help, basically, so very nice. Attack percent will also help no matter what, even though it's not her main stat. It is still a stat that increases her power. Alright, so this one is what, 33.2? Oh, 34.2 crit value, so very nice. Okay, cool. Very simple start. Obviously both are pretty crazy here. We're about to see what the third piece is here. No, pretty good. I don't see an issue with it. All the stats are usable for the most part. The only stat better than HP in this case I think would be attack percent specifically. But flat HP does still add value regardless. You have 4 rolls of crit and you're calling it like bad? I don't think 4 rolls of crit on an onset timepiece is bad, dog. It's just that on paper it looks a little weak, right? Because it's like double digits. But if you actually count it out, it's like 24.6 crit value, which is pretty good. What up, Gurky? How you doing? And then double E Emerald. Listen, you literally can't go wrong with double E Emerald on a Vape Hu Tao. It's just that they are both min, literally like the minimum rolls, but they are still something, right? So, you know, I would say it's still a pretty good piece overall. It's just, obviously, Monkey Brain, right? We would love to see that 35, 40 crit value stuff, right? But it's still 25, basically. Alright, so it's pretty great. I would say it's great, to be honest. Alright, cool. You know how many people would kill for this? I mean, almost literally, okay? People are insane on this game. And then the next one, damn, okay. Listen, here's the Monkey Brain piece, by the way, okay? We got that insane crit value. What is that? 19.4. 42 crit value again. We got that Elemental Mastery bonus right there. And then we got the extra attack percent, which again, literally not a bad thing on Hu Tao. It's just that there are other stats that are preferred sometimes. So congrats. That is a 9 value roll goblet off piece. That is actually pretty nutty overall. That is pretty nutty overall. Alright, here's the next question. Do we need a nut emote? Hold up. We need an emote for when artifact is good, don't we? What if I made a shaking nut emote? The nut button? Yep, but that's not a... Is that a universal one? Praetor, the hydrate, I believe it's limited to 3 or 5 per day per person. But that rule is only in place because of the attempted assassination of me on a certain day back in the day. My chat tried drowning me with water, you know, so it's like we did have to impose some rules, unfortunately, you know. It's like adding the no running sign at the pool, you know. Hype shock, yeah, something like that. But I think mine would just be like nut, like literally just nut. But I'll make it like a GIF with a bunch of different ones, so it'll be like nut, but it'll look like it's shaking. It'll be like nut, you know. Does that make? You'll see. I think I'll make it. I'll make it. I'll make it. Yeah, because that. Listen, that's a good piece right there. Okay. I mean, I guess Craigasm still exists, right? Is Craigasm still a thing? Is Craigasm still a thing here? Yeah, see, we could have something like that probably, right? Alright, that aside here, the headpiece is goddamn. Multiple nut buttons required today, apparently. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go with it. That is for sure 4 upgrades, okay? That is 4 upgrades plus 1 energy recharge upgrade as well. So that is a 4-line start with 5 out of 5 upgrade. Wait. Oh yeah, 5 out of 5 because it is Crimson Witch specifically. Raider, you have a wonderful night, dog. You actually can use your burst for the most part. I don't think it's a bad issue. I think it's worth using your burst typically if you have a vape comp with Crimson Witch. And then if we look at it, it also has that little additional elemental mastery subset right there. So it is an 8 value roll piece, dog. You're too late. Well, I mean, to be fair, Hyuk, I'm literally going to end stream probably like in 15 minutes-ish. So it's a little bit late. It's a little bit late here. The best Yelan HP ever and I'm late. Don't worry. I mean, we'll do reviews again on Thursday, probably. But yeah, but look at this, dude. Look at this headpiece, though. God damn, that is nutty, nut-worthy. And then this goblet to pair with it, nut. Oh, that's some pretty nutty pieces in here. Pretty nutty pieces in here. 63, 128, nice, very nice. 126.8. So you have 241.8 crit value, I think. Yeah, 241 crit value. God damn. God damn. 91 elemental mastery, nice. Goddamn, okay. Jin main, proud noises. I've played Jin before, he was somewhat fun. Nice, okay, 68, 269, nice. It's a little, obviously, listen, I love the niceness of it, but it is a bit of a low crit rate compared to your crit damage. And usually people don't run Rosario with Wu Tao to like increase crit rate, so I'm pretty sure your crit rate 68. It's still enough no matter what. It'll be consistent enough, but obviously, you know, at some point, it'd be nice, you know, it'd be nice to average it out. Still though, again, not a real problem here. Not with me at least. Running 4-piece instructor Rosaria, that sounds like copium, but I mean, if it works, it works. Alright, then ideally your crit rate would be 83 to 270, which is a lot better. So I guess, yeah, it works. Alright, that aside though, hold up, we gotta judge your character, okay? So listen, I judge a character on the quality of their artifacts as a whole, right? Not just one individual piece, right? Like this is nutty and this is nutty, but you know, I have to take the whole build into account here. Good news for you is, though, at 235 crit value and up, I do automatically just start you off at a 10. So you are going to start off at a 10 here for your Hu Tao from me, okay? Now then, listen. I'm sure you've noticed. Listen, Adventuring 58, you know what you need? You're going to need that max stamina, okay? Boom, good job. After that, skill check time, baby, okay? Skill check time. Do you have that 69, 404, 420, or 777 that we are looking for? The answer is yes. On the first piece, 42 crit value. That is 420 right there. That is one pass, okay? Second one, let's see what we got here. Yep, that one is also 42 crit value. So that's a second 420 in the build. Congratulations. You got a 69 in your elemental mastery bonus for Burgeon. Congratulations. That's 3 passes already right there. Unfortunately, defense does not show up as 42.0, so I can't count that. Okay, 3 passes already. One day, I want to see a wall of my emote, okay? I want to see, like, everyone just, like, do the emote, you know? The 69404. Hell yeah, baby. That's a goal for me right there. A 4th pass right there on the crit damage. Another 69. Almost a 69 in the crit rate. Almost, but not quite. Yep, very nice. That's 4 passes on the Hu Tao. Is there potentially another one? Is there potentially another one? Oof, so close. Now, just so you know, there is one rating above 10, which is a 6 out of 9. All right, 6 out of 9. However, there's a couple ways to do it. Okay, one way being getting a 10 starting natural, right, which you do, which is over 235 crit value, and then having 5 skill check passes. The other would be to basically have a 260 crit value character, which is pretty rare, so we don't typically see those, right? So you were close. You were extremely close to that 6 out of 9. Literally 1 skill check pass away, basically. Ultimately, though, that does mean that your score is still a 10 out of 10, though. Still a 10 out of 10, though, from me, okay? Great work. It is a very, very nice Hu Tao. And she still has a lot of potential, like you said. Like, yes, this piece is 25 crit value and 33 EM, but I guess if you want to see 40 crit value, that is still there as potential, right? All right, nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, we made some progress there. Next, listen, we got that Elise here. Elise lifetime here. Also, how you doing, Hyuk? How you been, dog? When does main start again? Main? Like main gameplay, or is it for a different game? Oh, the maintenance. Listen, I got GeoBrain, okay? You gotta forgive me. I got GeoBrain. Literally, my brain is a rock, okay? And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Rocks are not very conductive, okay? And the brain is literally just electric signals, so it's counterintuitive, you know? Let's clear our one domain real quick. And then I think Elise, if I'm looking at it correctly, unless Sweep came back for some reason here, I think Elise's second review is our last one for the day. Oh, I did owe Sithe. I did owe Sithe a song request here, and Earthway too. Earthway, do you happen to be here by chance? Do you happen to be lurking? Earthway, if you are here, let me know, because I still owe you a review from a couple days ago. Same with I Slay Demons. If for some reason you're back, dog, let it be known right now that I still owe you that review. There's one more person who I owe the review to, but I can't quite remember.
Charge!
Alright, surely we get one very good artifact here. Surely. We get another one of them Geo Goblets with everything I want on it. Oh, it is a goblet. Electro though, and it's got awful stats. So I guess we can't always get what we want. I guess I at least got a goblet. It's something. Anyways, our final review. Oh, and then after the final review, we are going to be rolling that potentially God roll piece for Mahmoud here. In case you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, this bad boy right here, plus 17 currently. It's already got 4 upgrades of crit, 14.8 crit damage, 13.2 crit rate, so it's got 47.4 crit value potential if it max rolls one more time. Regardless though, it's already a 40 crit value piece, so it's already pretty nutty. So, you know, we are going to be rolling that to plus 20 for him to see if we're able to snipe that God roll. That God roll, good roll, okay? Also, goddamn, with everything gone, it looks so barren. It looks so barren. Alright, the song from Sithe. Sithe, I hope you're here, dog, because I owed you the song request. I gotta be quicker about these song requests. Alright. So, Alright, let's see here. So a Sino review before he comes back here. So Sino is getting a rerun from what we know, so that's pretty interesting. Blackcliff Polearm, one of the better free-to-play spears that you can access to through the shop. What else we got here? So a 2-piece Thundering Fury with a no-piece set for now. It looks like you're trying to build out a 4-piece overall, so you're just missing one. Constellation 0, understandable for 4 and 8. Now, I'm pretty sure, someone correct me if I'm wrong here. His normal attack actually does scale with his burst, so I'm pretty sure it's worth using. And a part of his kit is actually using his E as well in there for additional damage and like a stacking passive that he has. So I'm pretty sure these are all worth leveling up. I'm pretty sure. That aside here, let's see what we got here. So we are looking for a mixture of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Elemental Mastery is a really weird stat, okay? Elemental Mastery is a very good stat if you have his weapon specifically, right? Elemental Mastery becomes the better stat if you have his weapon specifically. Though it doesn't hurt to get Elemental Mastery without his best in slot, it should never be the focus of your build realistically, alright? So, ooh, okay, well this is a pretty good hybrid one here. What up, Snipes, how you doing? 13, thank you for the follow. 13, so 30, so this is a 31.1 crit value piece, so it's pretty nice. And then the other 2 upgrades for Elemental Mastery. We did end up with 5 out of 5 upgrades on this bad boy, giving it 8 rolls of value, which is pretty nice. Alright, that is actually a pretty crazy start. I'm underplaying it here, but it's actually pretty crazy. 8 rolls of value. Alright, damn. 18 crit rate. Okay, that should be 4 upgrades, I'm pretty sure, here in this case. I don't have Bandit. Should I pull for him or no? Bandit. Who Bandit, though? Who is the Bandit out of all of them? Wait, who's Bandit? I feel like this is a setup. So tempted on the Mist. Well, oh, Bennett. I was like, who's Bandit? Okay, hold up. Those 2 questions are interesting. So Bennett is great. The only issue with 4 stars on character banners is that there's other 4 stars. So like, you have to consider that you might end up getting a Barbara. You might end up getting a Kale. So now if you obviously play Kale or use her as part of your team's great. If you use Barbara as a healer, great. Not a bad thing, right? And then obviously the characters either Dia or Sino, I think, for the first half, right? If you happen to like them, because if you do get a 5-star and it's them, you know, and you don't want them, it kind of does suck a little bit, right? Now Bennett himself is a really good character if you run high damage teams, right? So basically any character that's from Sumeru doesn't work with Bennett because they don't really scale with attack that hard. They scale with Elemental Mastery hybrid stats. So it's a little bit different, right? But if you want to play, for example, Raiden or a attack-based DPS like Diluc, Keqing even, Eula, like basically any character that's not from Sumeru, outside of Yelan, for example, Bennett's a pretty good character to run with them typically. So, you know, it depends here. Now, Caloys, you said for the weapon banner, the second phase would be the Ayaka plus Shenhe, so the Calamity Queller plus Mistsplitter. So, right, so like the worst case scenarios can be either you miss the 50-50 or the 75-25, whatever, and you end up getting a random off weapon banner, right? That is important to notate, right? You might not even get either one of those 2. The best way to decide, is it worth it for you to risk it, is can you actually use the Calamity Queller? Or can you not use a Calamity Queller? Amenoma and Mistsplitter is a little bit different. I think it's actually a decent amount different because I'm pretty sure her best in slot's a decent amount more because of that really high base attack. But I think Amenoma is really nice because of that ER refund. 36 energy refunded to Ayaka is insanely nice, right? Like insanely nice. But I think if you already have the R5 Amenoma, you might as well not go for Mistsplitter. If you especially if you really cannot use the Calamity Queller, right? Like if you already have Shenhe, Obviously, the weapon banner would be pretty decent because then either you get Shenhea's best in slot or you get Ayaka's best in slot most likely. So it's like a really hard choice, right? But I will say, Calamity Queller does work on Raiden. It does work on Shao. Obviously, he likes the high base attack. It does work on most attack-based DPS spear users. So it's not like it's a bad weapon. It's just it wouldn't be the Mistbitter you wanted, right? So it's a risk you have to decide if you want to take or not. That aside here, getting back to this Elise review though, listen, 18 crit rate, that's 4 upgrades, that's 1 out of 256, so it is quite rare. Crit damage to boot and energy recharge is good, as Sinnoh is a greedy DPS. He has to stay on the field to keep his burst. If he gets off of the field, he literally loses it, right? So energy is actually pretty important for him because that way he can self-sustain his burst energy throughout his burst, right? So like he needs to get his burst back within his burst window almost by himself if he doesn't have other sub DPSs, right? So it's quite a valuable stat. So congrats, 36.5 I think it rounds down to. That puts you at 40, 36, 41 point, wait, what? 36? 42.8, 42.7-ish crit value, which is pretty nice. Congratulations. Alright, next piece here. Okay, cool. Pretty straightforward attack percent. Now, when do you run Elemental Mastery on Sinnoh? Right here, it's only when you have his best in slot weapon. If you don't, you run attack percent, so congratulations, you made the right choice here. 6.2, 14. You do have 2 upgrades, and you ended up missing, I think, from the looks of it, 3 upgrades into attack here. Almost 69, very nice. That aside, though, the piece still does have, what is that, 26.4 crit value, so it's still a pretty good piece overall. As far as timepieces go, listen, I have seen some that are like in 10 crit value, right? 15 crit value, you're in the 26. You're closer to 30 than 20, so I think it's pretty decent. Now then, at least this is the interesting part right here, right? It's like, depending on how good these pieces are, is how hard your job is going to be, right? Because your job could be easy if these aren't amazing, right? But if they are amazing, good luck replacing them. Okay, the first piece, the issue with it is that it's an Electro Goblet, obviously. So, you know, getting an onset Electro in general is pretty hard. So you got that going against you. The EM, the crit damage, and the energy recharge are all great. All your upgrades, which in this case are 4, are in useful stats here. So you are going to have to look for a pretty decent Goblet to actually replace it. So it's going to be a bit hard there, but the Goblet as it is right now is pretty good. Made a stream, but I missed a review chance. Yeah, don't worry. We're going to go pretty soon anyways. Listen, EXO, like I said before, dog, you're here for 10 seconds, a minute. You say hi, you lurk. You come for an hour, 10 hours. I don't give a fuck. I value your support, no matter how much it is. No, yeah, but we saw some pretty nutty things today, though. Also, you know, we got that new emote. Very happy about that. I showed it off yesterday. You might have seen it yesterday. I'm still pretty happy about that emote. I think it'll be nice. We just got to get, what's the best way to do it? We got to train our community to learn to use it when it's necessary. You know, we got to train them. All right. We're also trying to make a -1 emote. I think that'll be channel appropriate. All right, that aside here, the last piece here, the headpiece is okay. Good news. The headpiece isn't so crazy that it's irreplaceable. You're not in an impossible situation here. It still does have great stats though. Obviously, again, the EM, the energy recharge make the actual character very comfortable. So, you know, you might be able to lose that ER in favor of more crit stats. So you definitely have a shot at the headpiece being replaced here. It's more likely, at least in the Goblet, being on set. You know what I mean? So not too bad though. Very nice. Not too bad at all. At 78, 80, 196, 197.3 crit value, so almost 200. Very nice. Almost 30 ER, again, very comfortable. You know, if you do lose that 15, or is it 16 or 15? It was 15 ER. You would be down quite a bit here to around the 113 mark, which is a little hard to make work, but you can probably still make it work regardless. And maybe you might even keep some ER on your replacement headpiece for all we know, right? Alright, that being said here, 39 to 252. Obviously a bit skewed, not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie, if I were to recommend something, I would say, hey, when you are farming that onset piece, look for a crit rate one. I think it's gonna solve a lot of your ratio issues here. I would highly recommend that. If possible, just because, you know, it's a tiny bit skewed. This is like 1 to 6.4 or 6.5 or something like that, which is pretty crazy. But still, yeah, we can fix that later though. Now then. Okay, so I'm gonna skill check here real quick. Now let's see here. Adventure rank 56, obviously every time we check. Stamina is that max right there. Very nice. Okay. Now then, Elise. Okay, so your current crit value puts you right around the 7 range. Okay, right around the 7 range. Okay. Hold on, let me see. Let me reach out real quick. Let's see here. 4-star character on first phase is not worth sniping, right? My Bennett is C2 already. He's good cons, right? Yeah. So Caloys for Bennett, C1, C5, and C6 are like the notable constellations for a support Bennett. Alright? Since you already have C1, he basically doesn't change until C5. So unless you're sure you want to go hardcore all the way to C5, probably not worth it, especially if you don't want the 5 stars. Like if you wanted the 5 stars, hey, fuck it, dude, perfect. You get a 5-star that you might want and Bennett constellations. There's no real downside at that point, right? But because you really don't want the characters, there is a downside, right? If I have Raiden, I don't need to pull Cyno, right? Yeah, I wouldn't pull Cyno if you already have Raiden, unless you really want to run a second Electro DPS. But having 2 hyper carry characters can be quite hard to build, right? Because like Raiden requires a lot of attention because you need to build her out because she's a hyper carry, so you need very specific heavy crit rate pieces, right, to make her function and work really nicely. Same goes for Cyno, where you're gonna have to basically build out another Raiden, which takes up a lot of time, right? And you do need, like, as far as we know, Cyno is a little more limited, and his effective teams are realistically like run Nahida. Like that's the important part of his team. Like you want to pair Cyno with Nahida most of the time if you want to make Cyno like super effective, right? It's one of those things where it's like it's unfortunate, but that's kind of how the character was designed essentially to work with an off-field Dendro, and realistically the only ones that are consistent at this point are Nahida, which is 100% consistent, and Dendro MC, which does have an 80 energy burst cost, so they are actually quite hard to keep up, and they do require a lot of work to actually keep up, right? So, you know, just keep that in mind. You can make it work ultimately, but just know that it is like an uphill battle, right? It'll be a test of how much you're willing to put into it, you know? All right, that aside here. Okay. So let's see here. So because your ratio is so skewed, I would normally boost you up to an 8. Not gonna lie, Elise. I would normally boost you up to an 8, okay? But since your ratio is pretty skewed, I can't in good faith give you a boost, okay? So we're gonna keep you at the 7, but you're pretty close to an 8 just by itself. Your Candace have the deathmatch. Well, it's like, you know, you remember the whole teacher analogy, right? Like if you turn your test into your teacher, you can't really change your answers afterwards. So I have to judge it based on what I see here. All right. Based on what I see here is what I have to judge. Now then, that being said, skill check. Yeah. Okay. Skill check here real quick again. Max stamina good. And lastly, the 69, 404, 420, and 777 check. Do you have it? Do you have it? Boom, you do have it right there. 777 HP. Very nice. Congratulations. That looks great. What else you got here? Yeah, it's one of the more rare ones. On the flat attack as well. Obviously HP is a little easier to get that, but on flat attack it's pretty hard. Alright, you got the 1 pass, that's all we really care about here. So you're gonna get your full score that I gave you at the start here. You did earn that. So for me tonight, your Sino is gonna be getting that very nice 7 out of 10. Alright. 7 out of 10 from me. Alright, very nice. Cool. And I think with that, we are at our last step of the stream here, which is we told Mahmoud we would level up his potential God roll Geo Goblet here, okay? It's currently at level 17. It's got 13.2 crit rate, 14.8 crit damage. So it's got 1 more upgrade, so it is a 4-line start. It's got 4 upgrades of crit already, and obviously we are hoping to hit crit 1 more time, okay? I mean, as it is, even if we did miss at 40, I think it's 40.4 crit value currently, or 41.2, something like that. It's already an amazing goblet. And for all we know, in the future, there is a burst-oriented Geo character, so it could be onset for a future character for all we know. But it's already got a lot of potential. Well, so my dog wants so much attention, holy crap. Oh, you bastard. Can't you see I'm streaming? Alright, listen, we need to go viral, so what's a good idea here? Should we pull an Alinity here? Should we just like yeet the dog? Yeet! What do you think, Leo? Do you wanna yeet the dog, buddy? Yeet the pooch. Alright, let's see here. Now hold up a second. I'm gonna have to sign out of my account and sign into his real quick, so give me a hot minute here. I will be right back. Let me just swap over real quick. Swapping accounts real quick here. Okay, so let me go to my direct messages here. Alright. And then I don't know if you're here, Mahmoud, but you know, if you are here, let me know so I know you're watching. That way I can make sure I either give you the good news or the bad news directly. Go right here. Alright, hopefully I put all this information in correctly here. Yes I did. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, we are a go. We are coming on to Mahmoud's account here to roll, potentially, what could be the nastiest Geo Goblet we've seen in a while. Alright, Leo, get your butt off. Come on. Come on, buddy. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Alright, we should be good. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here we are. Here we are. Where's that bad boy at? There it is. This one right here. Look at that. Double crit stats, elemental mastery, defense. Alright, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's see what we got here. We don't have much in terms of artifact experience, though. That's kind of the problem here. Well, I guess we have these, I suppose. No consumables found. Instructors. Oh, okay. I see why. I see why. Okay. Instructors, blue pieces, though. I mean, it works. So I'm going to assume he wants me to use these. What do you guys think I should use? Because Mahmoud never really said use this or that. It'll be close here, I guess. Okay, I guess we'll just do like 2x rolls here, shall we? Alright, let's hope for the best here. Alright, what are we gonna get here? Okay, plus 19, here we go. So we're doing halfway levels, which means if it 2x's, it goes to plus 20. So we're kind of hoping to save him some experience here, but let's see what happens, shall we? Oop, we're getting close here. Crossing fingers for a crit rate or crit damage. Come on. Oh, no XP boost. We have just enough though, basically. Oh, there's a little 2x. And then the last roll here could be. Here we go. One last roll. I guess he's trying to build out a structure set for someone, but it does work. 120 EM buff for 8 seconds is pretty nutty. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. Alright, here we go. The last one. Jesus, come on. Listen, if this rolls into crit rate or crit damage, he becomes a Geo main, okay? He gives up on the Kazuo life, he goes to Geo. Ah, come on. Please, Genshin, be nice to him. I mean, you were already pretty nice to him, but be nice as possible, okay? Oh, we actually did it. Nice. Congratulations, sir. What is that? A 5.4. So it is a min roll, but it is still wonderful regardless. It is, in fact, crit. The total crit value on this bad boy here. Oh, wait, it's not a min roll. It's 3.5. Oh, it's almost like second highest roll. Nice. All right. 16, 32, 33.4, 48, 47.2, I think. No, it wasn't a min roll. It was 13.2 before, so it was 3.5, I think. Yeah, this is Mahmoud's Goblet, by the way. So we did get crit rate, which was the more valuable substat here. It was 13.2 before, or 13.6? No, it was 13.6, right? Then we got 3.1. Well, we got 3.1. We got 3.1. 3.1, so not a min roll. That's the important part. 13.2? Then we got 3.5 then. 3.5. See? Almost max roll. So then we're at 47, I think, or what's the value here? 33.4, 47, oh, 48.2 crit value, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here. It is 48.2 crit value. God damn, that is nice. 48.2 crit value Goblet, and it's literally mostly crit rate, which is what I would want myself. They gotta become a Geo player now. Now they have to be a Geo player. Nice though. 48 crit value artifact just out of nowhere. See, here we make dreams come true, okay? We make dreams come true here. How's it going, Sag? An appropriate name because we're literally about to end stream any minute now. But look at this Goblet though. We just rolled it for them. This is someone else's account. We rolled their Goblet for them, and look at this Geo Goblet we gave them. Yeah, damn. That 48.2 crit value. That is very nice. 48.2 Goblet. Beautiful. Oh. Listen. It's late. I'm tired. I misread that awfully. Alright, though. I misread that awfully, though. Alright, not bad though, but it is nice to meet you though. Unfortunately, you're at the tail end of my stream here. Yeah, I'm only human, I gotta sleep eventually, right? But if you're at all interested, I can show you the Noelle real quick. I'm just gonna sign back into my account. If you're interested in what a really top tier Noelle looks like, I can show you. Thoughts on the new story coming up? Good question. I mean, it's not like we really know much about it, right? So I'm not sure what kind of thought I can give yet. It's coming out tomorrow, so I guess we'll know. I'm excited to see Dainsleep again, because usually it's pretty important information he drops. He usually doesn't just come over for a tea party, right? For 1 month? Ooh, okay. So you've been able to like rush through a bunch of content? You were basically able to play through like 2 years of content that I had to wait for. Today over here? Oh yeah, got it. Yeah, I'm west coast of North America, so I'm still literally on Monday. You're in the Sumeru quest line? Hell yeah. It's a very long quest line, and then if you ever want to do the Aranene quest, the Aranana quest, just know that it's a very long one, but it does give quite a bit of rewards. So it is pretty worth to do.
As a good knight should.
All right. Killed it. Now you've only been playing for a month, so it's hard. It's probably like I did that, but you might not know, like, is it impressive or is it just like a random thing? It's technically impressive. Technically impressive, right? Anyways, yeah, that's what basically like the damage cap on Noelle is, more or less. Once you basically build out their artifacts to near min max, that's about where you're gonna be at. Mama, thank you for the follow. Alright, so I guess we have a song request from Logan to play out here, so sure, we'll do that. Alright, but it is the end of my stream though. I gotta get going here. Your wife wanted you to play? Oh, nice. Oh, the Samsara? Yep. Listen, your wife has good taste. Your wife has good taste. Just obviously, you know, spend responsibly. If you are going to spend money, realistically, the Battle Pass and Welcome Moon are realistically the only thing worth spending money on. Everything else is pretty expensive. Overall, so, you know, just be careful with your spending. Free to play? Alright, yeah, good choice, good choice. Good choice, alright? On MD. It's either a Genshin thing or it's not. You never know. Yes. Oh, Master Duel. Okay, okay, got it. Like Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, whatever. Man, I remember back in the day when Maneater Bug was Pog. Like, on TikTok randomly I get recommended modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, dog, they literally just won from drawing a card. It's like they draw their card and immediately it starts like a 10-30 card combo and the enemy loses somehow. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you counterplay just losing because you drew a card? That just doesn't seem fair. Like 0 turn KO decks. I'm like, what the hell? You use Maneater Bug in a loco and people freaked out? That's right, baby. That's a classic right there, okay? That's a classic right there. Battle board that is hard to break? Yeah, with like everything seems to negate everything, right? Like everything just negates everything, so you can't do anything. And I'm like, that doesn't sound fun at all. That doesn't sound fun at all. Alright though. For real though, I gotta get going here. Again, everyone, thanks for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the new emote. We worked very hard on that. We spent like 5 minutes doing that. Oh no, maybe I'm exaggerating. Like 6 minutes maybe. But you know, y'all have a wonderful night. Should be streaming tomorrow. Obviously, patch drops. No wishing though. I don't want Dia or Sinnoh, but we will be wishing for Ayaka when she does come around here. So yeah. Okay. So everyone, remember, don't drink and drive. Be safe. Use protection unless you want kids, and yada yada yada. Good night. Bye bye. Howdy. Pog emote. Unfortunately, yes, it is Pog, but I could not, what's it called? I could not upload it as a regular follower emote. It had to be a sub-only emote. Maybe in the future we'll get some standard ones that we can use, but for now, there it is. One of our first personal emotes. Wait, so Prater, your messages aren't able to send regularly? That's weird. That's really weird. The Twitch app has been messed up today. Well, at least now you found a use for your large pool of points, right? That's something. It's something, right? Sarah, sure. Alright, you got points to burn, am I right? You got plenty of points to burn now. Also, what now? What are we waiting on? Yeah, like everything's gone now. Banners are here for a few more hours, right? Yeah, 16 hours for the banners. What up, person? How you doing? One more day on these banners. Tomorrow's a patch or whatever. Got the welcome money. Nice. Nice. Which reminds me, I still need to buy one more welcome. I need to purchase one more, I think, here. What up, Kane?